Happy birthday! Woo-hoo-hoo! Welcome to, sorry, I should have warned you that I was going to do that, shouldn't I, in the gallery? I forgot to mention, there was going to be a party popper at the start of the show, Paul. But welcome to our birthday week. The party never ends. When else do we get the chance to go to an all-week party, especially during lockdown? So I'm so thrilled to be here. We've got a jam-packed show today. I've been watching all week, and John Scott kind of shamed me yesterday. 11 o'clock, I was, yes, still in my pyjamas. Thank you. Hannah said I could have made a slide with the photographs that you sent me of me with my dressing gown on, no makeup, just saying I'm still literally just lounging, watching you. It's been an amazing week with, how hilarious was Neil and Rebecca. I was a bit concerned for Hannah. I thought, oh no, this is getting very close to the line here when he was telling the squirrel joke. Thinking, no, Hannah's going to be going crazy in their ear. Anyway. So today we are going to continue with amazing birthday celebrations. We've got so much going on. I will tell you everything. If you've not watched the first 2 days of the birthday celebrations, I'll remind you of all of the competitions and giveaways and everything that's going on. Plus, we've got our second birthday special. So the fat quarters that were launched on Monday have been so popular. We've got the second of the birthday special deals. And we've got Debbie Shaw back in today. I know everybody's been really excited to see her. So she's going to be joining me at 10 o'clock for a whole hour. Ask her all the questions, any bag making questions, of course. And if you just want to come and say hello to us, then it's a great day to do it. We're a live interactive show. Now, loads to tell you today. So everything is on pre-order, bar Debbie's 10 o'clock show, which it will be on pre-order soon. I know it's going to be really busy. I don't want people missing out. So I will give you a countdown for when the 10 o'clock hour will be on pre-order, but everything else is. I will show you what's coming up today and then we'll go through everything else. So this hour, we've got birthday specials, we've got brand new fabrics, we've got a Moda scrap bag already selling on pre-order. Well done, everybody. Early bird special, of course, plus all of your lovely birthday messages. So get them in. If you want to come and say hello to us, it's a live interactive show. So that's this first hour. At 9 o'clock, I'm joined by the gorgeous Cara Ackerman, and we've got brand new Helen Newton. Oh no! That's a sneak peek of 11 o'clock. We've got brand new, Paul's back, by the way. We've got brand new Helen Newton cushions. The sheep behind me, counting sheep. Love it, absolutely love it. Plus, we've got, there you go, this one as well, which is just beautiful. They're on pre-order. At 10 o'clock, we've got Debbie Shaw. Debbie Shaw's going to be joining me. Very exciting. We've got loads coming up in that show as well, which I will warn you about when it goes on pre-order. At 11 o'clock, we're so excited to see Debs. And I've not personally seen her for so long because we're obviously on different shows, we're on different teams, so I haven't seen Debbie Shaw personally for ages and ages. Now, also at 11 o'clock, Debbie Shaw Day, we've got Cara Ackerman demonstrating the Japanese knot bag, which is a Debbie Shaw design, absolutely beautiful as well. We love that. And it's reversible. It's reversible. They're not two different colorways. They are reversible. So that's what it looks like on the one side. And then the floral is the other side. It's amazing. Then at 12 o'clock, now I do want to make sure that everybody is ahead, ready for lunchtime, because Yarn Lane is back. We have got West Yorkshire spinners back by popular demand. Without a doubt, some of the most popular sell-out kits at 12 o'clock. So if you do want to get those, in fact, Hannah has put them already on pre-order on the Yarn Lane website. So those of you that haven't been to Yarn Lane before, we're continuing the birthday celebrations across Yarn Lane as well. So you pay £1 postage and packaging across both Sewing Street and Yarn Lane. It's the same login details as your Sewing Street account. You'll only pay 1p&p across both of them. You'll still qualify for the big prize draw, which I'll tell you about. Even though it's a different show, you still qualify for the prize draw if you're buying anything on the web or on the Yarn Lane show. And if you didn't buy anything yesterday or Monday and you're buying something today off Yarn Lane website or Sewing Street website or the shows, live shows today, then you will also get the Sewing Street mug and as well the pin badge, the Sewing Street first birthday pin badge. I'll talk about it throughout the show. We're keeping our eye on the stock levels. I did get a bit concerned. I know it's been very, very busy. So we have checked with our marketing team. There are still badges and mugs available. Free with every first order. So well, I say every first order this week. So you don't need to be a new buyer. All existing buyers, new buyers will receive them, but it's only one. So it's not like, oh, if you buy 10 things over the week, you get 10 mugs. You'll get one mug and one pin badge. So, Yarn Lane at 12 o'clock, get ready. If you do want to jump over to Yarn Lane and have a bit of a look at the pre-order section, yarnlane.com, have a look, click watch live. It looks exactly the same as Sewing Street website, so obviously we're not live at the moment, so that will just keep going round and round. But underneath, look, right, back in stock, we've got West Yorkshire Spinners books, beautiful yarn. We've got Carol here. She's going to be demoing elements from each of these. And this book, this pattern book, sold out on its launch. We launched it a few weeks ago now, and it completely sold out. I think it was the same day that West Yorkshire Spinners launched it as well. So it was very, very busy. Have a look on the Yarn Lane website because Hannah's managed to get it on pre-order nice and early. Are we live on Facebook, by the way? Oh, yes, we are. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Pauline. Hi, Susan. Hi, Derek. Hi, Gabrielle. Hi, Donna. Everyone's saying happy birthday. We've got so much going on. So, let me tell you about all of the giveaways. We will get to early bird in a minute. But there's a lot going on. So, prize draws. If you're purchasing anything from today's show, today's live show or on the website, whether it be on Sewing Street or Yarn Lane, you're automatically entered into our daily prize draw. Now, the daily prize draw is to win all of these Liberty fat quarters. Does it get any better than this? Everybody who shops today is automatically entered. You don't need to guess how many sweets are in a jar. You don't need to you don't need to email in or add a code at checkout. EQS have kindly gifted us these to our prizes. So thank you ever so much, EQS, for those, because they will be going to somebody, and we will reveal the winner tomorrow. So I will also reveal yesterday's prize draw winner today, at some point today. Now, during the show. Now, also, if you're purchasing over the week, so if you've bought, even if you won the Liberty or if you win the Rose and Hubble and we find out who wins it, you're still in with a chance of winning the big weekly prize draw. Now, just check out your basket and you're automatically entered again because the prize is unbelievable. So did you see the steamer on Monday at the start of the show that was gifted from Franklin's? It was incredible. There's one of those in there. There's a sewing machine in there, an L on a sewing machine. There's lots of different kits. Yvonne McAtamney, she gifted us a kit. My favourite needle case as well. She made it especially, so that's going to be gifted. There's loads of fabrics in there. There's tools, there's books, there's loads and loads and loads. Kits from Emma Makes as well. So it's brilliant. Plus Moda. And speaking of Moda, after the early bird, we've got our second birthday special of the week. So if you've already spotted it on pre-order, well done, because I know that eager beavers are going to be ahead of me. I've got loads to tell you. So, shall we start with the early bird? Sorry, the birthday pass, we've got lots to talk about. Sorry, it's 10 past already, Hannah. Through all of that though, I know lots of people have just been checking out on pre-order on what they want. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. So we've got the tape measure mug, £7.99 is today's early bird special. So we love this because it is, again, just a nod to our craft, isn't it? So if you want a new mug or a gift for somebody, maybe for Mother's Day, this is a great price to start the show, just £7.99. Oh my word, there are loads of you who have got these in your basket. Check out as soon as you can. Just out of curiosity, how many sweets from the jar? I think there were 179 if I remember rightly, but I'll ask Kat tomorrow. Oh, they've all gone. Hi Carol, good morning Vicky. Great to be joining you today on birthday week. Thank you for joining us, Carol. Hannah just said you're the only presenter that can read the text on the screen because my eyes are younger. Yeah, I can read it. Everybody else, I think Hannah has to read them out too. Sorry about Facebook. It will be back. It will be back. We'll get Facebook back on. £7.99. I love the tape measure handle. I love the tape measure handle. Now, is this dishwasher safe? Oh, morning, Princess Hungry Tummy and team. Happy birthday. You're looking glowing today. Do you know, I put this... Oh, it must be thought of eating the cakes on the table. Paul's already eaten some. Cara's made these for us. Where's Alice and Marion's cake as well? Oh, look at them. They look like the ones off Matilda, don't they? Just chocolatey. Chocolate, chocolate, chocolate. Oh, yes. Bruce. £7.99. Look at this with the needle and thread, the scissors, the sewing machine. A third of the stock of the early bird today has already gone. It's a nice... thick mug. We were talking about this last week because do you have a different mug for a different time of day? Because Hannah does. Hannah has a big thick mug like this in the morning. This is like, oh, you're saying this is middle thickness. Oh, I think this is great for hot chocolate. It's a nice big mug. It's going to be brilliant for your nice brew in the morning. It's the first thing that we do, isn't it, Paul? Put the kettle on, have a morning cup of tea. Fingers crossed we're back live on Facebook now. Sorry about the technical glitch. Just a cup of tea, cup of coffee, hot chocolate. But we were saying that then Hannah, she is very refined, you see. She has her afternoon tea in a bone china mug. Do you know when we were talking about it? Elliot bought me a lovely gift. And it was a peacock, because I keep telling him that peacocks are following me. It says peacock tea for one, so it's a teapot at the bottom and it's a little mug at the top, and it's like a lovely fine, I don't think it's a china glass, but it's very fine, so it is definitely more afternoon tea. £7.99. We're going to ask the buying team to get us some fine china mugs to be able to have a selection ready for afternoon tea as well. £7.99, that is your early bird special today. Now, can I also wish Mr. John Scott good luck with his jab this morning? I'm so pleased that you're finally getting it, John. He's been going on about it for ages, especially because he's over 80. I thought he was going to be first on the list. Is he watching? I hope he's watching. I'm so in trouble. Did you see the lovely picture of him on my baby shower of him all little? He was so cute. I don't know what happened. He was so cute. Oh yeah, and he was naked. Yep. That was in his house. Oh, really? I didn't know that story. That photograph was taken at an airfield in Duxford in a corrugated iron house. And then in the film, in the Battle of Britain, when he wasn't there, obviously, they blew up the house in the film. Oh, my word, that he lived in. How have I not heard that story? I tell you what, I've heard a lot of stories from John Scott, but I've never heard that one. Never heard that one. So, today's early bird. Now, can we do our birthday special? Or message from Lynn, looking forward to another birthday day. It's just been a jam-packed week, hasn't it? It's been a jam-packed week, Lynn. It really, really has. We got cakes, we've got 3 guests today, We've got lots of messages. Where? I haven't seen Tom's message. Right, let me try and open it again. And Liam's message. Oh, good morning, Lorraine. Good morning, my Tom. Good morning, Liam. Liam's watching. Hello, Liam. Liam's normally producing our sister show at this time. You've got to concentrate on your own job. I know. Can I just say, Jewellery Maker, though, I was on the other day, and they've got loads of balloons. And for us, yeah, they're doing ours as well. Good morning, everybody. In fact, let me bring the balloons in. I think there's been lots of movement because there was the amazing long arm quilting machine that we had yesterday. So there we go. That looks more birthday, doesn't it? Just $7.99. Over half the stock of the pinhole quilting long arm machine that we launched yesterday have checked out, which is just incredible. Oh, I mean, we don't have that offer forever, and I know there was so much that you get with it. I was in absolute awe of it yesterday watching the show, and I was reading all your messages on Facebook as well. Oh, and it was just incredible. It was just incredible. Just so you know, hundreds of mugs have already gone. Remember, if you've not shopped already this week, then you're also going to get another mug, and you're going to get a pin badge. Have you seen the little treat on the back? I'm not going to show you the treat on the back, but when you get home, make sure you don't just throw the card away. It's not a naked picture of John Scott, Hannah. I can tell you that. I told you it's a treat. Don't cancel your order. Don't worry. But look, it's got a little birthday cake on it and everything. But how good. So if you get this, if you've not bought anything else this week so far, if this is your first order this week, it's one per person, automatically added onto your order. You get a Sewing Street mug. So if you're thinking, do you know what, I want to keep one of them, or in fact, actually, this is slightly finer, so this is going to be nice for about lunchtime. That's about a lunchtime thickness. We're on about thicknesses of mugs again, Elliot. Right, so when do you use your square mug? Because Elliot's got quite a thick square mug. We don't know when that comes in. Hi, Lucy. Oh, Lucy, I had a lovely message from Lucy. Morning, Vix, looking so well. Pregnancy really suits you. Thank you. Do you know, I've squeezed into this top. I've not worn this top since the very, very first day of filming Sewing Street. And it was when we were doing our pre-recorded days, back on the 14th of February. And I wore this, and John Scott messaged me and said, never wear that top again. Just don't wear that top. That is not your colour. And so I've never worn it again. And I thought, right, it's birthday. John was wearing his lovely fancy jacket yesterday. And I thought, I need to try and wear something bright and something that's nice. And I was just saying, Hannah, I've not worn this top since the first day of Sewing Street on the very first recording day because John Scott told me it just did not suit me at all. So I haven't, but then I thought, oh, I want to wear something really bright for the birthday show, and thought, this is brilliant. And yeah, I know he's out having his jab this morning. Thank you, Elliot. But I thought I'll squeeze into it for today. Now the birthday treats never end. Should we do another birthday special? So on Monday, we did the most incredible fat quarter deal. There might be still some of them available. We'll have a look throughout the day and see if there's any, because I know if there are any, it's literally single figures, and we're really going to struggle to cut bundles like that again. So make the most of it. But today, third day of the birthday, we're bringing to you our next birthday special. Right, this is Moda. This is a Moda official scrap bag. So everything that you get in there is Moda fabric. It will be wrapped like this. It is all 2.5-inch design roll strips from different collections, at random. So we've got this one on the show today, but if you have a look on the website, they've put loads of examples on the picture. You do get one, but I love a lucky dip. This is like the ultimate party bag from Sewing Street's birthday party, isn't it? £19.99, which is a really special price because we know how much you can pay for design rolls. We know how much you can pay for designer quality jelly rolls. You could pay normally about £40. Today, £19.99. Just so you know, there are, again, hundreds of you who have got these in your basket. Be aware, we might not have enough of these to go around. I don't think this is going to last today, let alone a few days. Now, just so you know, these are done on weight. So each of them has 227 grams, to be precise, which is between 24 and 32 strips. Just because some of your 2-inch strips, and there are a few that are 4-inch strips. So you get some that are double thickness as well. Can I open this one, please, so I can have a look? If we open this, then it can't go back and Hannah can nick some for her EPP. I know your game. There'll be fabrics in here that we've never had and that we'll never be able to get. Oh, so when I say they're 2.5-inch strips, they're not. There's loads of different. Some are 2-inch, some are 4-inch. That's why they're doing it on weight. But there'll be some fabrics that I've never seen. Especially, you know, Moda, when you're thinking of American designers, it's really difficult to always get them over here in the UK. It's very exciting. Very, very exciting. Can I just show you how many you're getting? I mean, this is amazing, isn't it? So obviously it's on weight and obviously it's all going to be a lucky dip. But you're getting loads. Which one do you want, Hannah? These are all absolutely gorgeous, aren't they? And of course, when you're talking about quality, that's a spot, by the way. It's not a solid. I'm just going to move the Liberty out of the way. Because also some of these as well have got the salvage, so you can look at the collection. That one's called Sunday Stroll. That one's called Sunday Stroll. Oh, I love that one as well, that stripe. Oh, so many of you checking out. Over half the stock's gone. So just so you know, the last birthday special, we did have a really good quantity of the fat quarters, but it's lasted a few days. This is not going to last today. Look at these. Obviously, we were able, hopefully, to be able to get more of the fat quarters because they're cut by our warehouse team. Don't get me wrong, it takes forever to do a fat quarter bundle like that. If we ask for any more, I think that we will get into trouble. Yeah, I think we're in trouble if we ask for more. But these, we can't just cut more. These are official Moda scrap bags. I love this one. This is all, there's lots of reds in here, but of course everyone's is going to be random. You've got florals, I've got greens, I've got blues. Instantly, you can think, right, actually, you've got different scales of print here. You've got lovely different colours. What about a striped cushion cover? What about a log cabin? Some of them are shorter, some of them are longer. They're all pinked as well, so you're not going to have fraying. Oh, I like the green. I like the green. Have you had a cake? Are they delicious? It's birthday. It's birthday. Hannah's on day what now? 6. She then has one day off tomorrow and she's back in for 2 more. She's back in for 2 more. But she's on the cakes now. She's on the cakes. Look at all of these. Look, I've got blues as well. I've got blues. Look at this. I love those navies. Just so you know, our customer service team have been prepped for this birthday, so I understand that there is a bit of a queue, but they are whizzing through the call. So thank you so much for your patience. If you can, hold the line. I heard Steve Bennett's daughter is on work experience with the customer service team, actually. So if you get through to Jess Bennett, that's Steve Bennett's daughter. Look at all of these. £19.99. If you watch our sister channels, Jewellery Maker or Gems, they show all of they sort of show all of the call screen or how busy it is on the customer service team. Hannah's saying, I wish I could do that today because it's really, really busy. So thank you for your patience. Just stay where you are. Remember, we are a live and interactive show, but if you are watching on a replay or any sort of repeat on YouTube, it's worth calling and asking availability on these items, but I've got a feeling that these are going to sell out very, very quickly. Look, I'm still going, by the way. I'm still going. That's nice, isn't it? That's from Sunday Stroll as well. That's from Sunday Stroll. I love it. And the strawberries. Just £19.99. It is a Moda scrap bag. Remember, you will get different, everybody's will have different. Morning, Wendy. Are you excited for Sunday, by the way? Are you excited for Sunday, Wendy? Good morning, good morning. Looking gorgeous today, Vic. So glad you got the jumper back out the wardrobe. I can imagine John wagging his finger and tutting at the screen. Just to let you know, I wasn't of those who checked out on the long arm machine yesterday. I did see your message, Wendy, actually. She loved it. It's amazing, isn't it? I'm working on it. You've got a lovely big dookie, though. But I must say, that quilting machine was something really special, wasn't it? She says, have a lovely day and I'll see you soon. I'll see you on Sunday. See you on Sunday. We'll keep you some cake. I know that you're not really a cake person, but we'll keep you some cake. So pleased to be getting another Sewing Street mug. My other one broken is my colleague, by my colleague at work. Such a lovely cup to drink from. Happy birthday from Amanda. You're a lady after Hannah's own heart. I love that you've actually sort of cups differ between uses. I don't think I've ever rated a cup on how lovely it is to drink from. Right, I'm going to change my sell on this now. This is a lovely cup to drink from. I'm going to say, as quoted by, was it Amanda? Remember, if you do get today's early bird, this one's £7.99, then you also, and you've not bought anything on Monday or anything on Tuesday, then you also get this one, which is also another lovely mug to drink from. And not only did you get the mug, you get the pin badge as well. There's so many people messaging. Which ones? Oh no, I wanted to get Debbie's Japanese knot bag instructions, but they've sold out. Will there be more? It looks so much fun. From Bryony. Right, so this is the Japanese knot bag that we're talking about. It's completely reversible. It's coming up today at 11 o'clock, and Hannah's telling me the pattern on their own has sold out. There are bundles available in which you get the pattern. So if you do want the fabrics, even if you've got fabrics that you want to use at home, Bryony, you can keep these fabrics for something else. The only way of getting the pattern now is in the bundle. Sorry, we can't get more. I'm sorry, we can't get more. But it is a brilliant pattern. It's always been very, very popular, so we had to bring it back for the birthday. Good morning, Sophia. Happy birthday, Sewing Street. Good morning, Vicky and team. Can't wait for today's show. Oh, it's going to be so good. Hello, Pat. Pat says, Bonada, lovely lady. What's not to like about a scrap Moda bag and a Sewing Street mug? What a day. I know. I don't know whether well, I've never seen these before. We've certainly not done Moda scrap bags, official scrap bags, let alone at a birthday special price. Brilliant price. Now, we are down to the last 100. Now, it sounds a lot. It's not. There are 79 of you who still haven't checked out of your basket. Just be aware that they will sell. They will sell out today. Gosh, I think I need to lie down. It's all too much. It's all too much, isn't it? I'm going to have a sip of my squash. Right, should we go over and do some Premier fabrics? Can I just remind you, everybody who's buying this, which there are hundreds of you checked out, you're all automatically entered into our daily price draw. So watch tomorrow's show to find out whether you are the winner, to find out if you are the winner of all of these Liberty fat quarters. Liberty gorgeous fat quarters. So amazing prize today. If you do want to send in any photographs, please do send in any photos. We'd love to hear from you. It's studio@sewingstreet.com. studio@sewingstreet.com. Can I bring one of my balloons with me, please? Thank you. Right, message the studio on Facebook as well. It's Sewing Street TV. Okay. There you can see the website where you can check out of your basket, and also the number of the customer service team. Oh, oh, I know. It's because the chair's just gone down. Oh no, stayed up there. That's fine. Okay. Now the quilt behind me, it's coming up on Saturday. I'm not here on Saturday, so I've just said, please, 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 can I have it behind me? Because I've just got to indulge in it for one day, because I'm not here Saturday. Is it John or Wendy? But it's John on Saturday. The first ever cave quilt kit here at Sewing Street. It's incredible, and it's coming up on Saturday's show, so do make sure you stay tuned for that. You won't be able to buy it till Saturday, so please don't message in about today, because it's going to break my heart when I tell you that you can't buy it yet until Saturday. It will go on pre-order Saturday morning, probably about 7:30, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Now, shall we do some lovely bag making fabrics? Brand new quilted PUs. We have got, of course, Debbie Shaw here, who is the queen of bag making. She's going to be joining me at 10 o'clock. And I know how much she loves our PUs, our cotton canvases, but these are brand new quilted PUs. Do you know, this would make an amazing jacket. Have you seen quilted jackets like this? This would be beautiful. The colours are amazing. The one that I've got is UELJ 17. It's called champagne. I knew I was drawn to the champagne. Oh, thank you. She just said, let's all have a drink for the birthday. No offence, because you can't. I do love this. Now, you can see the reverse of it as well. So it's actually a lot easier to sew through than you think. Don't be scared of PU if you've not actually tried PU before. Sometimes maybe putting on a walking foot or a Teflon foot might help, but it's not too thick. This isn't stiff at all. Lots of PUs that you can feel quite plasticky, whereas this is so beautifully soft. It is quilted as well, and it's £4.49.5 metre, which, can I show you, is really lovely and wide as well. Look. Way! That was a tape measure. Oh no, I don't want to get it in the cakes. Right, so let me measure it for you so you can see the width. It is half the stock's already been checked out on this colourway, by the way. This is your champagne colour. Okay, I'm going to try and do this as best I can. Bex Reed did this really well. Oh, did you know what she did? She did it in half. I watched her and I thought, how did you do that so quickly? But because she must have doubled the number. Are you ready with your abacus, Paul? Thank you. Right, 30 plus times 2, 60 inches. Get your abacus out. It's 60 inches. 60 inches wide for £4.49. This is going to sell out today. It's so super, super soft. There's only 10 metres of that one left. And Hannah's saying, and I'm not even counting baskets. Can we do the pink, please? Let's go for QALJ 64, please. It's rose gold. They're calling it rose. It's lovely. Do you know what I just saw? A mermaid tail. Hannah was telling me about her dreams last night, and they were quite something. There were little flowers that then turned into people, and then in party dresses. They'd fallen asleep at a wedding and they're woken up and there were flowers. I was thinking, oh my word, Hannah. I think Hannah needs some sleep, like deep sleep. But these would be lovely, as you could do, like, because it's ever so soft, and the reverse of it's lovely and soft as well, because it's really easy to sew with as well. It's not slidey on both sides, so if you're stitching on this side, you'll have no trouble whatsoever. Be aware of it. I'll just be aware pressing it. Be careful pressing it. Maybe use a pressing cloth or press from the reverse. Oh my word. Right, there's 40 of you who've got it in your basket and there's only 7 metres left. We're moving on. We are moving on. I've got the silver. Silver, please. Even for bag bases. We've got some really lovely patterns coming up in Debbie Shaw's show. Absolutely make the most of this. Even if you get any of the kits, you can make the bags again. We've got some great inspirational ideas today. Thank you for all your messages. Carol, I've not sewn with it before. Wonder if it cracks over time. No, Carol, this is incredibly soft. It's not plasticky at all. It's not, it's nothing that, I can't explain how it feels, but it's not stiff. It's got really lovely movement to it. Susan said, I've ordered the pink. It's beautiful for bag making and easy to sew with. Thank you, Susan. And Wendy said, morning, everybody. Happy birthday. And can always make room for some Moda scrap bags. Absolutely. Ordered mine. Just so you know, we have less than 100 of them. Less than 100 and still over 17 baskets. And I haven't had an update over the last few minutes. So we will ask Hannah. Oh, Tom, I wonder what you're on about, saying not another one. Mermaid tail. I made Tom a blanket. Tom's my best friend, by the way. And I made him a blanket, which was one of those, there was the mermaid tail and we had the dragon one as well. So I did him a dragon one. And he just wasn't very happy with it. It was for a child. He could barely get his legs in it. But I could knit him the shrimp one that we have on Yarn Lane. Please, can you send in a photograph of you wearing the shrimp one as a hat, Hannah? Hannah's got a photo of her as a shrimp and it's hilarious, so I'll show everybody. Oh, Paul's got one of him in a mermaid tail as well. Gosh, we love modelling mermaid blankets on our heads. Or yeah, we'll get some photos to show you. Tom, where's your blanket? Have you still got it? You need to send in a photograph if you have of the one that I made for you. Yeah, they're saying send a pic in. This one is lovely. This one is called Ivory. Ivory. It's nice because you can wipe it as well. So if you are using it as a bag base, it's nice and easy to wipe. Just £4.49.5 metre. All of these have been extremely, extremely popular. Everybody who's checking out is automatically entered into the Liberty Prize draw. Over half the stock is gone. Over half the stock is gone. It's 60 wide. Morning, Vicky. I think you're having a girl. Oh, thank you. She says, are you going to be a fab mum? Oh, thank you from Liz. Thank you, Liz. So Hannah bought me a lovely gift and it was in a bag that says, surprise, this is not a puppy. I was really gutted when I opened it. It was nappies. They were very fancy nappies, though, I must say. My Kieran was like, oh, Vic. But really gorgeous, fancy nappies, yeah. It's just going to go downhill from there, isn't it? They're lovely. I got some beautiful gifts on my baby shower. Just £4.49 for your ivory PU quilted fabric. And it's not... I've seen quilted PU fabric before that was very, very bulky, whereas this has still got really lovely movement to it. It's still very plush, but it's super, super soft. It's super soft. Just £4.49.5 metre for your ivory PU quilted fabric. Is the mermaid tail Paul model on the table of sewing quarter? Yeah, we've sent it in. We're putting together a PowerPoint. Maureen, we're going to show you a picture. We'll show you a picture. I've also got some other brand new PUs, new colourways. So they're all the quilted ones, by the way. Check out as soon as you can on those because they will sell out any minute now. Should we do the baby blue? This is called Sky Blue. Once again, it's so, 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 so soft. It is super soft. A couple of tips, as I said, I wouldn't put my iron directly onto it and I wouldn't use pins, I would use clips just because you don't want to pierce holes into it. But it's so, so soft. £6.49.5 metre. This is your Sky Blue, 50% viscose, 50% PU. The reverse of it, it's cotton backed as well. So the reverse of it, if you are stitching onto that side, it's it will sew like a dream. It is absolutely brilliant. It's not going to slip or stick anywhere. Just £6.49.5 metre. And this is, again, let me get my tape measure out. I'm presuming we'll reorder them. I'm hoping that we'll reorder them. But we've added new colours in. So we've added a few new colours for the birthday, especially to our range. So again, this is 60 inches wide. 60 inches wide. That was 30 doubled. £6.49.5 metre. Can I just say, look at these. They look incredible, don't they? They are looking at me. We've got so much cake. So much cake. That's so strange that you've just said that. I talk about Debbie Shaw in my ear saying that she's incredibly good at maths, that was she a member of Mensa? Oh my word. She said she didn't want to carry on because you had to pay for it. But she went for Carol Vorderman's job on Countdown. I can really see her as Carol Vorderman on Countdown. She would be brilliant, wouldn't she? And Rachel Riley's very good as well. But yeah, Debbie, that's very impressive indeed. Very impressive. She's in later on today. We've all missed her so much, so we're really excited to have her back in, especially for the birthday at 10 o'clock today. This is Paul. So this was back in the old days, in a previous life sewing quarter. But look, he had the mermaid blanket. I was thinking for the quilted fabrics, the quilted, even just the tail. When I say the tail, I mean like the fins. You could just do the bottom of it in the quilted fabric, couldn't you? Oh, look at him. All the quilted fabrics, Bernadette, yes, I'm afraid they've all now sold out. It's a very, very busy week, very busy week. Today is extremely busy. There are only, how many left of the birthday special? 40 left of the birthday special. We had hundreds and hundreds of those Moda scrap bags, so absolutely make the most of that. We've got the pink. I'd think a jacket would be nice out of this, actually, for spring. Like a biker style jacket or a skirt. A skirt would be nice. It's quite a beigey pink, actually. Yeah, from a distance, maybe you'd look naked in a skirt. Do you ever see people who are wearing leggings that are like tan colour? And you think, I have to double take a few times thinking, I don't think they've got their trousers on. So yeah, maybe stick with bags. Maybe bags, maybe a biker style jacket would be cool. Let me know if you've worked with our PU before, message in on Facebook. We'd love to hear from you. Yeah, Susan said, I've had it before and it will not crack. It's so, so soft. It is really, really beautiful quality. You'll love it. H640. So if you're using a fusible fleece with the PU, you might be best to use a spray adhesive as a just be careful. You need to iron it to activate the fuse. Maybe glue spray in a different wadding. Maybe like the Bosal. Maybe the Bosal. You could do the sewing Bosal, or if you did put it on, just be so careful. I'd put a big pressing cloth on or a towel and just on a really low heat. You just have to spend some time. Just be aware not to put your iron on this side. But no, good question, because if you are making bags, you can still use interfacing. Oh, please tell me which quilt is that behind you. Thank you, Sue. She says I look great in this colour. Can you just jot down all of these messages so that I can screenshot them and send it to John Scott, because he didn't like this colour. They said there's been quite a few messages actually, but we didn't want your head to get too big, so I've not told you. Thank you, Deborah. Like the colour? Thank you. And Anne said she liked the colour. Thank you. The quilt behind Susan. I'm not going to get too excited about this, because this is going to sell so quickly on Saturday's show. We didn't need to put it on in today's show. It's just because I really, really, really wanted to experience it. I'm not here on Saturday, it's John Scott. Please do make sure that you look on pre-order at 7:30 on Saturday morning if you want it. I would definitely make the most of that before the show goes live, because I think that will be one of the quickest sellouts of the week. It's amazing, isn't it? It's the first, I think it's the first big cave quilt kit that we've done at Sewing Street, which is just so exciting, so exciting. So this one is called Pink. As I say, it's a really lovely blush pink. Lorraine said, Vicky, use this and made a bag and always get comments. They are absolutely beautiful, aren't they, Lorraine? Really soft, really, really soft. Let's go for the purple. This is the brand new purple colourway. Fingers crossed we get more of these. It's called Wine. See, this is nice. This is classy. An ochre lining, you're thinking, with this. Oh. What have we got in cotton canvas? There's this one. Did you say that one sold out? Oh, that was already sold out before we've shown it. Lorraine's got a good idea. Maybe you could put your interfacing on the lining fabric instead. That might work. What do you think? What do you think, Hannah? Do you know, it might be worth, let's ask these questions to Debbie when she comes in and see, because she works with the PU as well. She works with the PU a lot. Just so you know, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. You haven't missed out on her show. It isn't on pre-order yet for a reason. We want to make sure at 10 o'clock that everybody gets a fair chance at it. If I tell everybody at the end of 9, then I know if anybody's having a bit of a snooze, a lie-in, then fingers crossed it will make it fair for everybody. So bear with us. Now, this is your wine colour. Super, super soft. £6.49 a half metre. So good to see everybody today. How is everyone? Are you enjoying the birthday celebration so far? How amazing was Monday's show? Monday. Yesterday I was glued to the telly. We had a gorgeous Yvonne McAtamney. We had the 2-hour special, the long arm quilter. Just so you know, half of the stock that was allocated for us has already sold out, because there's only a certain amount that we can do at that price deal. So have a serious think about it. Get any questions in, because Hannah's been here all week. So any questions she can direct to the company, and they can, it was Liz, wasn't it? She can answer any questions as well. £6.49 a half metre. We have a picture of Hannah McCabe, who is my lovely producer today. Tom, are you still watching? So on Yarn Lane, on the website, have a look, because we've got a knitted shrimp tail. It's a pattern. So the pattern, it does go up to adult size. We've only got the child sample, so Hannah wore it as a hat, and look at it. This is so brilliant. Honestly, I love that. It was only just because I was saying I'm getting into my knitting, but I'm really not very good at all. Hannah, that's so funny. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, I really want to be able to make that. I'm gonna quiz Wendy Orlando on all things knitting. When can we dress my baby as a shrimp? Hannah's asking. You need to make me knit. You'll have to knit me a tail. You'll have to learn. You'll have to learn. These are 60 wide, by the way, for everybody who's asking. These ones, all of the quilted ones, the quilted are 60 wide. £6.49 for your wine colour. Where is this hour gone? We've got Cara in 10 minutes. Oh, on pre-order, you can get the Helen Newton free motion cushions. They are on pre-order. We've got the Japanese inspired one, this one. Love that. Absolutely love it. And there's instructions on their own, and there's a bundle. This one, there's only instructions on their own, so you can use your scraps. What about using your moders? What about using your Moda scrap bags? Or we'll talk to Cara about it. We'll talk to Cara about it. But the counting sheet one's lovely as well. Have a look on pre-order because everything's selling very quickly. Right, so we've got cotton canvases. The ochre's already sold out. So the ochre, just so you can see which one it is for anybody who's got it, it's sold out, but that's the one that you're getting. Let's go for cream. Right, so there's cream, 83. Oh, right, so there's cream and there's ecru. So this one's cream, and it's like a natural seeded effect to it, and this one's called ecru. So a cream and ecru. Now, these aren't brand new, but whenever they do come in, they sell very, very quickly. They're really, really good quality cotton canvas. And are you ready to see the price? You'll see why they sell out very, very quick. And let me open this out. For $3.99, look how much fabric you get. They are wide. Now, this isn't calico, it's a cotton canvas. It isn't an Osnaburg, it is a cotton canvas. It's a lovely weight to it. They're soft canvases. You know, when you think of canvas, sometimes you think of what you paint on, or like a kit bag or something, whereas actually, no, this is so lovely. $3.99. When I say 100%, it is 100% cotton, but when we say canvas, it's just a different weave. Sometimes it can be really stiff, it can be really quite crunchy, whereas actually this is super, super, super soft. I know Debbie Shaw loves working with our cotton canvas. It's just £3.99, but it is ideal for bag making, absolutely ideal for bag making, or for soft furnishing. Even at this price point, if you want to make some big cushions for out in the garden, if you want to make some big cushions for your gardening, is everybody excited about getting out into the garden? Maybe a big kneeling stool or something. I mean, it's absolutely lovely quality. It washes beautifully as well. It's just £3.99 a half metre. We've also got, half the stock of this one's gone. We've got a crew as well. What do you mean? Ecru? Ecru? Ecru. Paul said I'm saying it's strange. Ecru. Ecru. You say potatoes and I say potatoes. I don't know what you say. You say ecru. The more you say, it doesn't sound like a real word. Okay, £3.99 a half metre is still the same quality. Right, now there are 10 metres left. 10 metres left. So if you do want larger projects, a nice cream summer bag would be nice. Contrast stripe, maybe some of your Moda to go with it. You could applique onto this, make some lovely cushions. Oh, morning, Mummy Carol. Thank you, Sue. Good morning, good morning. How are you? Well done, everybody who has made the most of this. We're at just £3.99 a half metre. We've got greys, we've got black still to come as well. The quilted PUs have all sold out. The other PUs at the moment, there is still limited stock, very, very limited stock. We've got our books to show as well. Okay, good, because I really want to show you. We've got discounts on some inspiration. So if you've bought any of these fabrics, discounts on inspiration. This is going to give you inspiration. We've got discounted prices. What are you laughing at? This is GMLJ30. Is this called elephant? Charcoal. Okay, there's only 9 metres in the company. Let me show you next to the other grades. Just so you can see next to the other grades. This has got a bit more of an aubergine to it. £3.99.5 metre for your charcoal cotton canvas. Have I checked the width of these? Now I've got my new way of checking the width of everything. So this is 28. What's 28 times 2, please, Paul? 28 times 2, please. Carol Vorderman. 56 wide, 56 inches wide. Oh, Sue. Sue just said, I can't concentrate. The cave quilt behind me is distracting me. It's amazing, isn't it? It's coming up on Saturday. £3.99.5 metre. Half a metre for £3.99. Oh, here we go. June says, écru comes from the French word, which means unbleached. Écru. Is it that the same as écru? I'm just saying it strange. It's Paul saying I'm saying it strange. I've missed working with you, Paul. £3.99. There's 2 metres of this one left. Let's do black. I don't want the black one to sell out before we do it, you see, so let's do it now. For you, Hannah says, please can we leave 2 metres? So please we just leave 2 metres in the stock. Or 4 units. What about with the ochre? If you got the ochre, but if you got it, those of you that were lucky enough to get it, what about with any of the quilted fabrics? Do you want to make some big cushions for your garden? You could do, on top of it, some Kaif fabric, applique. Or if you've got any of Delphine's patterns, her applique patterns, that would be amazing. I've realised I'm not on with Delphine this week. She's on Friday and she's got, I don't even want to say the word, the Highland cow. But it's a new variation. So the cushion we have sold in the thousands. We've got a toy Highland cow. Everyone who's got the cushion, you've got to get it. I think I'm the first person to say it out loud. It was on the newsletter, so I'm not doing a spoiler alert. I've seen the drafts for it. Delphine's been sending me pictures. She sent me all of the sketches for it. And yeah, it's so exciting. It's launching on Friday. £3.99, £3.99. Oh, I don't know yet, Pauline. I haven't seen anybody that's won the golden ticket yet. Has anybody won the golden ticket? I'm going to ask Debbie today. I'll ask her. I haven't seen any on the fan page yet, have you? The next one is pewter. You've got to remember, though, not everybody that buys is not on the fan page, so or they might not have told us all if they have one. It's like the lottery winners, they don't have to make it public, do they, if they're the winner? Now, this is pewter. We've also got the light grey as well. Half a metre. There's only 7 metres of pewter. There's only 7 metres of pewter. £3.99. Half a metre of your pewter cotton canvas, and can I remind you, it's super, super soft. Be really, really lovely for if you want to add some more. Have a more structured bag, or they're great for straps, brilliant for the bodies of your bags and using your PU as your bases. Lots of people love our PU and our cotton canvases. They're always very popular. We've also got one more cotton canvas, and this one's called light grey. We do want to make sure that we do the books because, as I said, we've got discounted prices. £3.99.5 metre for your light grey cotton canvas. That's a lovely summery colour as well, isn't it? You could make, did you see the Mummy and Me apron? If you manage to get the pattern on Monday, or there might be still some available on the website, it's definitely worth having a look and seeing. Because this would be really, really nice because it's wide. It's going to be good for the Mummy and Me pattern. Alice and Marion, have a look. Alice and Marion on the website. Alice and Marion is with a double L and a Y in the Marion. The only reason I say that is because I couldn't find her on Facebook, and I was thinking, I know I've got her as a friend. This is really annoying me, but it's double L. Double L. Just £3.99. Light grey, cotton canvas. Okay, carry on going through for that. Over half has gone of that one. Now, we've got 3 brilliant books. They're all amazing. If I were you, I would get them all. The backpack. Well, I say backpack, but there's loads of books. There's loads of bags. There's 18 different bags. For those of you that got the quilted PUs, the normal PUs, the brand new colourways, or the cotton canvases, grab this book. It's a lovely book. Me and you, I remember when we launched this back at Sewing Quarter, Hannah, ages and ages and ages ago, and this was one of the top on the list that when we set up Sewing Street about a year ago, there were a lot of people who said, okay, we were all talking about different books that we like, different companies that we loved, and this book is absolutely beautiful because you've got all of your sort of tools, essentials, things that you need to know, and then it goes through everyday tote bags, which are brilliant, aren't they? Just nipping out to the supermarket. I love a nice tote bag. Even little pockets though for your keys. A shopper bag here. These are all such quick, great makes. Plus there's some lovely gift ideas as well. iPad cases, a big duffel bag. See, this is with your cotton canvas. This would be perfect. You could do your cotton canvas and then you could use one of your PUs for the strap or a different colour for your strap. That would be absolutely lovely. And it's just £11.99. I think the value for money is fab. It is really, really fabulous. You've got the circular shoulder bag. These are so on trend. Loads of places I keep seeing these circular bags. And they're lovely, lovely, lovely. You've also got backpacks. So there's so many different skills to learn. These are all your everyday bags. And then we go into occasions. And we will have occasions to go to soon. Maybe you know somebody who's had weddings postponed or birthdays, anniversaries that they're going to be celebrating. Fingers crossed later in the year. You've got some lovely purses, like cosmetic purses. Working with different fabrics. Interview bags. Hannah had a dream that she was going for interviews, had a new job. I was like, don't leave us. It was in a musical, so it's fine. She's not going anywhere. It's a musical. It must have been the talk of the pantomime on Monday. I've heard all about the Sewing Street panto, and thank you ever so much. I think it was Sue who said Vix has got to be the leading lady, obviously, naturally. So we're going to do a Sewing Street panto at Christmas. Oh yes, we are. Data evening bags. Oh, this was the pom-pom bucket bag that we absolutely loved. Travel, you got drawstring bags when we're able to travel. How amazing is this? Beach bags, holdalls, backpacks. There are so many patterns in here. Overnight bags, all for just £11.99. And then at the back, you've got any of your core techniques. £11.99 plus you've got all of your templates that you need at the back. 18 projects, £11.99. That is such good value. In fact, this should be £14.99, so discounted today. This is another beautiful bag making book. This one is about to sell out, so I can't stay on it as long. Are you ready? Full size pattern included. It is previously sold on this channel at £13.99. Today, it's £9.99. Today, it is £9.99. You got a great saving on this one today, especially for the birthday. Full-size templates, really, really lovely beginner bags. And what I love about it is they don't look beginner. I mean, that looks very designer, doesn't it? It looks very designer. And choosing some of your favourite fabrics, working with different hardware as well, working with different fabrics, working with zips. You're going to learn lots of great techniques. See, that looks a fortune. It looks very expensive. £9.99. So some beautiful, stylish bags for £9.99. Just so you know, this is now last of stock. It has sold on air here before at £13.99. So we did just want to give you discounted inspiration. Just £9.99 for your beginner's guide. Oh, it's sold out. It's sold out. One final book. Now, this is perfect because we've got Cara in today, and I know that she absolutely loves to embellish with embroidery on bags, on clothes, on loads. And what I love about this, again, is the price. This is another one that has previously been on air here at Sewing Street at £19.49. I have no idea why, but we've discounted it. I'm guessing it's the birthday, any excuse, to offer a cheeky discount. So you've got in here such beautiful embroidery designs, and it doesn't need to be onto bags. You can do this onto clothes, you can do this onto wall hangings, you could do this onto cards, you could do this onto all sorts, home furnishings. Look at the feathers. Goes through all the gallery first of all of the different stitches and all of the different finished projects, because it does also have instructions for the books, for the bags as well. So you've got your little coffee table book at the start, have a bit of a flick through, decide which one you want to do. Boys and girls, I love that. Flamingos. £15.99. Plus then you've also got really clear photographs of how to do different stitches, which is lovely. And then it also goes through how to construct the purses. So it isn't just the embroidery, you have got bag makes in here as well. It will then go through with your full size templates, what stitches to use for all of the ones that we saw at the start of the book. £15.99, should have been nearer to £20. Well, it has been nearer to £20, so just £15.99 today. Everything is selling out from this hour. I know that we're running slightly late. Don't worry, we will make sure that Cara gets plenty of time. We've got some brilliant Helen Newton patterns coming up, but all of those books are really good value. We did have to show you those. There are a few other fabrics that are on the website which we're going to run through. They're poplin weight, beautiful cottons, which we launched earlier on in the week on Friday for Mark Francis's Gentleman's Robe. So they're more leaning towards dressmaking than bag making. They're poplin weight cottons. They've got lovely drape to them, and they are ideal for summer dresses. They'd be beautiful for any of the gentleman garments that we launched on Sunday as well. This is the rainbow one, which is called Rainbow Clouds. Half a metre is £6.99, and it's such beautiful quality. It will be on the website. We're just running the graphics through so you can purchase them. Buy the half metre, but you can buy as much as you want. I think if I remember rightly, to make the largest size of the dressing gown that Mark is modelling here, it was 4 metres that you needed. It was amazing. Just £6.99. He's fab, isn't he? We love Mark. So that's the Rainbow Clouds. There was also the big floral print one, Hannah. I love that. So this is what was seen on Sewing Bee. Mark won Garment of the Week, week 2 of the Sewing Bee last year, with a summer shirt in this fabric. And he says he constantly was getting questions asking where he got the fabric from, and he says that he had it for a couple of years and couldn't get it anymore, so he was so thrilled when he knew that we had it in stock. It was brand new here on Sunday, but for anybody who missed Sunday's show, oh, it's such lovely soft fabric. We haven't got it physically here, otherwise I'd show you, but just be aware it is available on the website for £6.99 a half metre. And then finally, I believe there's one more, which is the Flamingos. The Flamingos is brilliant as well. It's £6.99 half metre. It is your lovely, soft poplin weight cotton. Ideal absolutely ideal for dressmaking. We can show you what it looks like, I think. It is like this lovely sort of turquoisey blue with the hot pinks. Look at that. That was so lovely as well. You know that if you have a look on the website on patterns, there's the So Girl kimono. That would be perfect for that. Absolutely perfect. It's definitely worth having a look through because everybody who purchases off the show or the web, you're automatically entered into the prize draw for the daily prize draw and the weekly prize draw. And if you're shopping today and you haven't shopped already on Monday or Tuesday, then you also get the birthday gift of the mug and the badge. Talking about kimonos, we've got the lovely Japanese-inspired cushion from Helen Newton, which Cara Ackerman is about to join me to demonstrate. Don't go anywhere. Check out on pre-order on the counting sheep pattern as well, because that is selling very, very fast. We'll see you in just a couple of minutes. Don't go anywhere.
We are celebrating Sewing Street's first birthday this week. Celebrate with us every day from 8 a.m. till 1 p.m. on Freeview 72, Sky 670, our website, our YouTube channel, Facebook Live, or on the Sewing Street app. Our birthday week is jam-packed with brand new projects, lots of guest designers, and amazing daily giveaways not to be missed. Make sure you're watching us live every day to be in with a chance to win one of our daily giveaways. And the fun does not stop there. We are also giving everyone who shops with us a free Sewing Street pin badge to commemorate our first birthday, as well as a Sewing Street mug. Remember to join us for all the fun celebrations from Monday, the 1st of March, right up until Sunday, the 7th of March.
Have you heard about all of the different ways you can shop with Sewing Street and Yarn Lane? You can either shop on our websites, sewingstreet.com and yarnlane.com. You can also order by phone by calling our friendly UK customer service team. For Sewing Street, call 0800 001 4433, and for Yarn Lane, call 0800 4700 600. And don't forget about the Sewing Street app. Here you can shop all of the Sewing Street products as well as watch the live shows from anywhere. You can download the app onto your smartphone or your tablet by simply searching Sewing Street in your app store. And one final thing, no matter how many times you check out on Sewing Street or Yarn Lane in one day, you will only pay one postage and packaging. Happy shopping!
Follow Sewing Street and Yarn Lane on Facebook and Instagram to keep up to date with what's coming up on the show, as well as being the first to know about our amazing offers. Get involved with our competitions that are exclusive to social media. And pick up some top tips from us too. Stuck for ideas for the perfect gift? Why not get them a gift card? You can buy Sewing Street and Yarn Lane gift cards loaded up with anything from £10 to £500. Shop our gift cards online at www.sewingstreet.com or www.yarnlane.com, or purchase them via our UK call centre on 0800 001 44 33. In need of a crafting fix? There are so many ways you can watch Sewing Street and Yarn Lane. Sewing Street is live from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. every day on Freeview 72 and Sky 670. Alternatively, if you want to watch us on a tablet or on the move, you can tune in on our YouTube channel, the Sewing Street app, or the websites at www.sewingstreet.com and www.yarnlane.com. You can watch past shows on Sky 670 from 1 p.m. every day, as well as our YouTube channel, the app, and our website. Yarn Lane is on from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Visit our programme guide to find out when and what's on, so you never have to spend a minute without us.
Welcome back, welcome back. Thank you for celebrating our first birthday with us. We are so thrilled. Debbie Shaw is in the house, she's here. We've got an amazing show with her coming up at 10 o'clock, which, don't worry, has not all sold out. I think people are panicking that it's not on the website. We've purposely not put it on pre-order because we know how popular it's going to be. So I know that the messages that have been coming in this morning, don't worry, we will announce when it is going on pre-order. It's going to be brilliant. This hour, we've got Cara back with some beautiful Helen Newton designs. So we've got the Japanese girl and we've also got the counting sheep. They are both brand new, especially for the birthday. And I love these, absolutely love these. Now we've got a kit for the Japanese girl and we've also got the instructions on their own. The kit is slightly different from the one that we've got here. Our kit has got Liberty fabric in it. It's gorgeous. So let's start with the Japanese girl one. So the kit itself comes with, as always, beautiful patterns from Helen Newton. She has done, maybe those of you who have got any of the other ones, the potting shed, we've done the sewing room. We've also done the really lovely, I'm pointing like it's behind me, but the elephants, which was amazing last week. This one, I know it's going to be equally as popular. So you get your pattern. You also get in your bundle all of these fabrics. So you have 1/2 meter of your blush pink. You have all of these fat quarters as well. So you've got your cream fat quarter, Liberty fat quarter, green fat quarter, blue fat quarter, and a brown rose and hubble as well, but all 5 fat quarters, including your Liberty and your pattern, for £22. Check out as soon as you can. Obviously, you've got oodles of fabric here. You're not going to need to worry if you that you will have plenty of fabric there and loads left over. The frame obviously is going to be with the pink, the rose, for around the edge. Slightly different colour to the one here, but you can see what it's going to look like. And then your background, you can use your cream. Your Liberty, I would definitely use for her dress. And the lantern, oh, it look amazing. Mount Fuji in the background, you've got your blues, you've got your green obviously as well, your browns for the trees. The kit is going to sell out, just so you know. Maybe you've already got lots of lovely Japanese inspired fabrics. We've had some beautiful ones recently with different fans and really lovely metallic golds in, which would be perfect. So if you have got lots of fabric, if you want the instructions on their own, go, get ready, because these are going to be really popular as well. £9.99 for your Japanese girl instructions on their own. And inside, of course, you get your step-by-step instructions and you get all of your templates. So you have all of Helen's drawings and they're all labelled as well. So if you cut them out or trace them out, we'll talk to Cara about the best way of doing it. But when you've got your templates, if you're thinking, right, well, what was that? I can't remember. It does tell you on there, printed on there. It's the waistband, the bow, the hair in the bun, the body, the underskirt, the lantern, the sun, the sleeves, the face, the snow cap. It's absolutely gorgeous. £9.99. And of course then, what about using your Moda scrap bags? Those of you that have ordered your Moda scrap bag already, there's literally about 20 of those specials left. So we'll talk about them later on as well. But that's to make the Japanese girl cushion, which is gorgeous. Carry on going through for the pattern. Just £9.99 for the pattern individually. We will go through, jot down today's date because we will go through how to do your applique, how to do any free motion as well. I think the last time that we were on with Cara, she really inspired a lot of people to have a go with their free motion foot. If you haven't already, I know so many people have messaged in this year and said, right, it's my New Year's resolution to not be scared of the free motion foot. I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it. So please do make sure that you take advantage of the pattern. The instructions are brilliant. And you could make loads of these, couldn't you? You could use the templates then and have that as a central block on a quilt with your sash go. I know, I'm going to say it again for the second time today. Thank you for your patience. Obviously the customer service team are aware it's our birthday show, and we've got multiple customer service team representatives who are ready to take your calls. We have a lot of these patterns, but we've also got huge demand for them. So just be aware, if you are experiencing a bit of a delay on the phone line, keep holding. It's free to call from anywhere in the UK, landline or mobile, so you will be answered. Just stay there. You're not going to miss out. Don't worry, there's plenty of these to go around, but just stay where you are. Whilst you're on the phone in a queue, it might be worth downloading the Sewing Street app, because the Sewing Street app is so quick. It is so quick, and it's only 1p&p all day long across the board. You can just add to your order. You can watch the show. You can see all of the things that we've got on today's show. On the website, you can search the whole categories, all the kits, all the patterns, the books, the fabrics, everything on there. And everybody who purchases today, you automatically entered into the Liberty prize draw. It's a good one today. It is a really good one today. So tomorrow, we will announce the winner. Everybody who buys on the web, on the show, if you buy on Yarn Lane, if you buy on Yarn Lane website, then you're all automatically entered for the Liberty prize draw. So hold the line. It's definitely worth it. Okay. Counting sheep. Now, we haven't got a bundle for this, but I know so many of us who have got lots of scraps in our... I like that it's pattern only on this one, actually, because you could do it as a bit of a memory cushion. You could use different shirts, which would be lovely. You could use some of your favourite fabrics that you just can't bear to throw away or be without. If you've got smaller pieces, then these are perfect. It doesn't need to be a cushion. It could be a wall hanging. It could be a block that goes into a quilt. It could be the front of a tote bag. You could take the sheep and you could use them on greetings cards. There are so many different ways of using these instructions. I absolutely love the fact they're doing a human pyramid. It's so funny. Oh, sheep pyramid, yeah. £9.99 for your instructions. So you can see the fabrics that have been used here, and then can you see the difference with the fabrics that have been used on the front of the instructions? So they've got lovely sort of Liberty-esque prints. Do you know if you've done a big Liberty project or a big, any of our favourite fabrics, Cave project, the quilt kit, any remnants that you have, don't throw them away, because for projects like this, it's so useful just to be able to have the little remnants, and you're going to be able to use these templates again and again and again. You could do it for a birthday and put "I love you" as in E-Y-E-D. How do you spell you? E-W-E. I love you. If anybody's moving into a new home, you've got house templates as well that you could do a lovely cushion. For Cat, this would be lovely for Cat. Just £9.99. Love it. Counting sheep. Helen Newton pattern. It's extremely busy on the phone lines. If you can jump to the web or on the app, please do. It's just busy. It's just busy. Busy. Right. Is there anything else I need to tell you over here? Cara, how are you?
I'm fine.
Thank you for their cakes.
I hope they're all right.
We said we've got to get them on the desk, and Cara was like, no, you can't show them on the telly. They're amazing. Even Paul had them before 8 o'clock this morning, trying to eat them with his visor on, and realised he had his visor on.
Well, happy birthday, Sewing Street.
It's crazy that it's been a year.
I can't believe it, because I can remember this time last year I was so lucky to be invited to become, one of the guests, and I was prepping and getting everything ready. Then we had lockdown. So my first sort of show, I had to record at home.
Yeah.
So, so it's just so weird to sort of be a year later and be here.
I know.
It's lovely.
I know.
So
It
nice.
is really exciting. Very exciting indeed. And with more Helen Newton patterns.
I know. Aren't they gorgeous? I'm totally addicted now. Totally addicted.
Oh, they are beautiful. So they're a plique project, aren't they?
Yes, they are a plique. What the instructions suggest is using the Bonder web, and that will apply the pieces to the actual background. So what we'll do is I'll go through that. I'll go through how to transfer the pattern as well. But don't feel that you have to do free motion. But don't be frightened. Don't be frightened. Have a go. And I always say practice.
Yeah.
Just have a little bit of a practice, you know, on a scrap of fabric. And isn't it lovely that you can get the patterns on their own so you can actually use your stash at home?
Absolutely. Well, I think the bundle on its own for the Japanese girl is sold out. So the only way of getting them is the patterns.
Yes.
But we've all got scraps, haven't we?
Yes, definitely. And you know, it's lovely having the half meters and the fat quarters as well of the plain fabric, because I know sometimes I haven't got sort of large enough pieces, so it's really nice that you can get those online as well.
Fantastic. So what do you want to show us today?
Right, so what I was going to do was show you how you can transfer your pattern and how easy it is. I know I've done it before, but I just thought I'll go through it for those who haven't had a go before. So the instructions have a lovely picture on the front, and as you say, this particular design is one that Helen's done. The sample over there is one I've done, and then the fabrics that you can use will just look slightly different. So it's just lovely having a clear photograph on the front so that you can see the placement, but don't feel that you have to do it like that. You can play around with it. If you want to, you could have two of the lovely ladies. You know, you can play around with the amount of blossom on the tree, lots of different things. So to transfer, you'll get your Bondaweb, which is like this. It's nice width or depth, and then a nice long length. This is what I've got left.
Is a packet okay then? You don't need the roll?
Absolutely. Yeah, I would say a packet for each of the designs. So if you're doing both designs, I would actually suggest getting 2 packets.
Okay.
So it just means that you've got some spare, and don't throw any little pieces away, because
it's always useful, isn't it?
yeah, I know.
We do have it on the roll, by the way. So if you do do lots of applique, definitely worth getting the 5 metre roll, because it is so useful, isn't it?
Definitely,
Cara?
definitely.
We'll run that through as well in a minute.
And then when you're actually tracing the designs, you can either trace it straight through. You can see very clearly that you can see through the Bondaweb, or if you've got a light box, I'll just move this over.
Oh, do you think a light box is going to be handy for this then?
I think a light box, if you're going to be doing a lot of applique, I think a light box is good. Now, the patterns have the shapes on both sides, so if I just put it on like that, you can actually see, I'm hoping that you can see the other part of the pattern that's printed on the back there.
Oh, yes.
But if you fold that over, just wondering if you can see. No, I think I'll stick with it like that. It's the darker line that you want to trace. So
there's £5 off, by the way, especially for the birthday on this light box. It was already a brilliant price point. The ones of this sort of size and this quality, similar ones we've found are about £80 to £90. We've taken an extra £5 off this one, especially for the birthday. It's not one light either, is it? You've got different brightnesses on there.
Yes, you've got different brightnesses. So that's it off. That's a low light, medium light, and then the brighter light, which is fab. So place the glue side of the Bondaweb onto the actual paper, and you're going to be drawing on the smooth, sort of like greaseproof paper surface. I use a crayon. You don't have to have a fine line. In fact, the thicker the line, the better, I think, because it's all about sort of making it very, very sort of like sketching when you're going to be doing your free motion. So having a thick line around the edge means you've got a bit of extra fabric around the edge. So draw around that. And I think I'm going to have to invest in one of these, because they really are
They're nice
very
and
useful.
lightweight.
They're
as well,
very
aren't they?
lightweight,
Slim.
yes. So once you've done that with your paper scissors, you're going to cut roughly around the outside, and I'm just going to nip down behind here because we've only got 2 plugs, so I just want to pop the iron on. Make sure that the iron's nice and hot.
The Bondaweb you can see as well on the right hand side is the 5 metre one on a roll. There is a smaller packet as well. How much is there, Bondaweb? It just says coming up. Oh, It's $23.99 for 5 metres of Bondweb, and it does go a long, long way. Also, I think it's limited, so do make the most of it. It is limited. I don't know why we've taken £5 off the light box. I don't know why. So absolutely make the most of that, because that is a really good deal.
Okay, so the Liberty fabric, oh, isn't it gorgeous?
Oh,
absolutely
I love
gorgeous.
that
So if
poppy
you managed
one.
to get the first pack
Yeah.
with the Liberty included, this was the amount of fabric I had left over.
Oh,
so there's
so you get
lots
loads.
left over for lots of different things. So
Brilliant.
really, really, and I love, I think they're poppies. Poppies.
Yeah, they
They're
are.
absolutely beautiful. So once you cut out the shape on the Bondweb quite roughly, so you don't go close to the edge, and then on the wrong side of the fabric you place your piece, and if there's a directional print, you want to sort of make sure that you've got the right
good
direction.
point.
Yeah. Or you can play around with it, you don't have to, you can put it on the diagonal, but I'm going to keep it sort of straight. Then you'll take your iron, and you can just on a dry iron, I think this is on a dry one, you're just going to actually hold that over, and the heat goes through the Bondweb and it adheres the pattern to the fabric.
It's this is why you purposely just cut roughly around the edge.
Yeah.
So don't go all the way to the line. Don't cut to the line, because you want the glue to go right to the edge, don't you,
You want
Cara?
the glue to go right to the edge, that's exactly it.
Okay.
And then you can either cut it out with paper scissors, because you're still going to be going through paper. So if you've got a nice pair of sharp paper scissors, that's when you're actually going to cut to the line. So we're going to cut to the line. And this is what you'll do with all your pieces. On the actual pattern itself, for the pink blossom, there are three or four different flowers, sizes of flowers, and it's up to you how many of each that you do. So, you know, you can count the number that's on the front, which is what I did. I think there's 14 or 15, and then just mix up the sizes. So we're cutting it nice and close to the line, and just move that out of the way. And then that's your piece all ready.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so what I'm going to do in good Blue Peter fashion,
Well, would you cut out all of your pieces first?
cut out
You do
all the
everything.
pieces out first.
Okay.
And even the little flowers, I've put them in a plastic bag so I don't lose them. But if you've got an envelope or something at home, that's, you know, quite nice to have as well. So I just want to talk a bit about the actual cushion itself. So in the instructions, Helen tells you the sizes to cut. So for the cream fabric, you're going to be cutting out a piece 12.5 inches by 12.5 inches.
Is there anything stopping us from not making a cushion and making a bag or
Oh
making a
gosh,
wall hanging?
nothing
or...
at all. Nothing
Okay.
at all to stop you from doing that. You can, you know, use the panel for anything. I love the idea of actually having it in the centre
Yeah.
of a quilt.
Yeah.
And in fact, some of those, so if you had that in the centre, especially with the sheep one, look at you cuddling the sheep.
Oh, I know. It's lovely. It's really lovely.
But you can take elements, so you can actually have the centre panel on your quilt, and then you can have some squares going round, maybe
Well,
using
like the
some of the
cave.
fabric.
Do you know so
Yep.
the cave sort of design, just frames round?
Yes,
Would
you
look
can have
great.
frames round, and then you can take some of your sheep and have those
Okay.
in
Yeah.
alternate designs going all the
That's
way
it.
round, which is really nice. So you'll cut your fabric backing. You'll also, there's a large piece for the grass, and then you've got the panels to go round the edge of the actual cushion itself. Then you'll take all your pieces, and using the photograph on the front, you then start to place your elements. So I'm just going to take those out, and you start putting the pieces actually onto the cushion. What I've done as well with one of the mountains, I actually put the snow top on before I got to this stage. So you've taken off the backing fabric of the Bondweb off all the pieces, And if you struggle to take those apart, you can use a pin. Got one here. To just go through. Whoops.
Oh, well, I think it's incredibly satisfying peeling off all your bond
Oh my gosh, yes. Especially if you've got lots of pieces, and take your Bondaweb off, and then you've got the glue part actually on the fabric, which is lovely. So what we're going to do is...
Are you just going by the layout diagram on the front of the, front of the picture?
You know, I think it's good if you've not done much of this before to actually have a guide, but you can play around with it. But at this stage, you want to actually get all the pieces on there and decide where they're going to go before you get your iron and iron it on. So we've got the bottom of the dress there. So, sorry, kimono, not a dress. Pop that just underneath, and then the kimono goes over the top. So that's the bottom of the young lady. Then we've got her head.
So you'd lay all this out?
Lay all this out.
On your ironing board?
Yes, which is what I'm going to do now. So I'm going to get all the pieces. Lots of little pieces. And just take your time doing this. You've got the long branches as well. You've got her hair. So it's worth doing this. So on this one, it's the curved piece at the bottom, and that goes just in the centre there. Then her hair goes over the top there, and then you have the side of the kimono. And make sure, that's the other thing, is once you've taken your Bondaweb off, if you've got plain fabric, please make sure that you get the side that's got the glue, because there'd be nothing worse than actually ironing it and you've got the wrong side.
Yeah, oh yeah, getting it stuck to your iron. We've all done that, haven't we?
Yes, and then what you'll do is you'll just pop that there. We've got the little bow across the centre.
I do love applique. I think it's so effective, isn't it?
And you know, really, it is lovely to sort of think that you can actually create such a beautiful picture from just pieces of fabric. And I just love the designs that Helen comes up with. They really are lovely. So we're just going to move that over slightly. There, she's got a V at the top of the kimono. She's got a little bow which matches her dress.
Oh, I love that.
And if you wanted to, you could fussy cut that. And then we've got the branches. I'm going to pop the branches over.
We said last week about embellishing it even further.
Gosh, yes.
I'm thinking you could do some sashko on there, couldn't you?
Yes,
Maybe
you
on
could.
Mount Fuji you could do some sashko stitching, or you could do embellishing with some bead embroidery.
Yes, definitely. That's the longer one. That's the longer one there.
Update from John Scott, he has had his vaccine.
Oh.
We were shocked that he hadn't had it sooner. Being over 80, Cara. We thought they'd contacted him first.
Oh, good.
No, it's
Good,
very
good.
good, isn't
Oh,
it?
it's wonderful that the number of people that are having it is going up sort of on a daily basis. Then we've got the sun there, and then this branch just, as I say, I'm just roughly following the actual pattern on the front cover. And this is the fun bit, when you're actually placing things and making sure that all the little elements are included. So then, got a branch up there, got a lantern. So that the actual branches are coming out of the side border.
Ah, okay, so line them up.
Yeah, and that one can overlap at the top, but it's entirely up to you. So that's that. Then we've got the two lanterns, one coming down there and the other one coming down there between.
It is such a good opportunity to use some of your favourite
Yes,
prints, isn't it?
It really is. And then we've got these lovely flowers at the bottom. Are they lotus flowers?
They do look like lotus petals, don't they?
Yes.
I think on the back it does say lotus.
Yeah.
Yeah, lotus petals.
And then you can play around with these. Again, when you've got your plain fabric, just feel back and make sure that you've got the one with the glue goes behind. So we can just layer this up and overlap again, overlap the the corner. Got another one here. So this is the bit that takes a little bit of time, and it's all the prep, sort of getting all the colours and everything. I've cut out quite a few of these because I wanted to sort of make them quite colourful in the corners. So then we'll lay that underneath. Got that one.
The instructions on their own are your main graphics, by the way. The bundle has now completely sold out, but they are really popular instructions on their own. Thank you for your patience on the customer service team line number. I think at the moment they're caught up. So if you call back, if you did put the phone down, if you call back, you should get straight through, which is good.
So as I say, I'm just playing around. I could do this for hours, but we haven't got hours. Okay, I'm going to actually, before I add the flowers, I'm going to now just sort of look at that and just check that I'm happy with the positioning of everything. We're going to put that up a little bit higher.
This is why it's good to do it on your ironing board, because
Yes.
they're trying to
Oh my
transport
gosh,
this
trying to move it over.
Jackie says, I love Helen's design. She's got me into free motion embroidery. Oh, I'm so pleased because it's such a great technique to master.
Wonderful, and it's just been a pleasure to bring lots of different designs along. Now this is one of your applique mats. You can either use one of these, but I think they've got them on the website at the moment, and you can pop that over your fabric pieces. Try and do it very carefully.
I think the last time that we had you on, they'd completely sold out. So we've got them
Yes.
back in stock, £6.99, and it is the hemline applique mat. So what's the benefit of using an applique mat?
You can actually have your iron. We're not pressing it as such. We're transferring the heat through the Bondaweb, through the fabric.
Right.
And when you've got lots of layers, you want to actually hold that so the heat penetrates all the way through. And if you've got one of these applique mats, it means that you're actually able to hold your iron over the fabric, and you're not scared that you're going to, you know, sort of overheat the fabric.
Okay.
So it's just really, really good. And also, because you've got the other layer of the mat over the top, I can move my iron about, and I'm not going to dislodge any of the pieces.
Ah, I see.
So
you can use this time and time again as well, can't you?
yes, you can. Right. Just.
It says on here, most glues, including hot glues from a glue gun, will not stick to this cloth, and thus the mat will protect tabletops, work surfaces as well. It's non-stick and a reusable cloth. It is like a Teflon, isn't it?
It is. And in fact, do you remember I said about be sure that you're actually putting the right side of the fabric down onto the background?
Yeah.
I hadn't for her face.
Oh no!
But because I'm doing it with the mat, it's not sticking to my iron.
Oh.
So it protects your iron as well. If you're quick, you can unpeel that. But because her face is actually underneath her hair, I'm just going to carry on. And when it's cooled down, it's fine because, you know, you can do your machine applique over the top. Don't know if I've done it to anything else. Yes, you can just see her face is lifting slightly because I've got the wrong side. It's because I was chatting when I was doing
Hannah
it.
said everybody wants a facelift though.
Oh,
If a face is
definitely.
lifting, it's fine, we all need a facelift.
Definitely. Going to be neurotic now about making sure that the other pieces are right. That one looks the wrong way round. That one is the wrong way round. It's only on the plain fabric, obviously. If on the pattern fabric,
You can see
you
which
can
is your
see.
right
That's right.
side,
Yeah. And then the other thing is then get to know your sewing machine and get to know what you can do on your sewing machine with your free motion. So, okay. So that's all of those pieces. What you would do then is actually put your flowers on, but I'm just aware of the time because I'd like to do a little bit of the free motion as well. Have we got time for me to pop these on or not? Yeah. And then you just take the, this is why I haven't taken the paper off the back of these, because on these I thought I'm bound to sort of put the sticky side in the wrong place. So I'm taking the paper off as I position them, so I know that I've got the glue on the right side. The other thing that you'll do before you start your free motion is use a friction pen or something like that to mark some of the areas that you're going to be machining.
We've got loads of friction pens on the website. There's lots of different colours, but it is good. And in fact, actually, I think the lady mentioned it yesterday with the free, with the long arm quilter, to mark your patterns out can really, really help before you start quilting.
Yes.
So a friction pen's brilliant because it will just easily erase with heat. Always give it a bit of a test to check that you're happy with how it erases, but it's perfect for projects like this.
Definitely. So I'm just
while Cara's putting all of, you're just putting all of your flowers on. We've got the two patterns that are available individually, but we've also thought the first birthday special that was launched on Monday was amazing. There are just 10. Now, obviously, you're going to make a lot of cushions with this, but we just thought, you know, as the ultimate stash builder, these are our quality, amazing Rose and Hubble solids, 68 fat quarters. Look at the amount of blues you're getting there. 2 fat quarters for free. Also, this qualifies for our brand new bracket on split pay, especially for birthday. Neil came on and announced it. So normally it was over 150. Today, you can make the most of anything over £99 on split pay. So Neil created this especially to launch our brand new bracket of split pay. So 2 payments of £57.58. You will get it home though before you've made that second payment. So if you buy today, it will be sent straight out to you. The warehouse have already cut all these ready to go, and they will go crazy if we ask for more cut. So we've got about 10, well, less than 10 of these remaining now. We started with loads, hundreds of these. Our warehouse team have been so busy, especially for the birthday. Huge array of beautiful, beautiful fabrics, and you've got right from your neutrals, your pinks, your oranges, your blues. A fat quarter, remember, just so you know, is half of a half metre, and it would be ideal for loads of projects, quilting projects, bag making projects, applique projects. We love it. We love the Rose and Hubble quality. And I know Rebecca Reed was saying, we're really picky in what we bring because we want you to enjoy your hobby. If you're buying all this fabric, we want you to be able to get the results that you expect. So it is phenomenal quality. To be able to get all of these different shades as well is such good value. Loads of you have already got it, but if you are shopping for the first time this week today, you'll get this. There are single figures. You'll also receive the official Sewing Street mug. You'll also get the first birthday pin badge. What's in there? Oh, there's a party popper in there. You also get the pin badge, plus you get entered into 2 prize draws, 1 daily prize draw, which is for all of your Liberty fabric fat quarters, and also the weekly prize draw, which is just epic. There are too many prizes to even mention. Today's birthday special, the fat quarters, were on Monday. This is the second of, I mean, look at it. I've made such a mess with this now. But this will sell out today. It is. In fact, they've sold out. So sorry. They have sold out. Right. Where are you going with this now, Cara? You got your friction pen.
I've got my flowers on. So
Yeah.
I've transferred the flowers onto the actual branches there. And there's only a couple of points that I would actually sort of use my friction pen, and those are for the lantern there. The only other one is maybe a line across there, but don't worry, you're going to be pressing this afterwards and those lines are going to disappear. So I'm just putting those lines in, and there's some tassels at the bottom there. So that's all. So that's now ready to move on to, let's move that out of the way. And I always say practice if you know, are a little bit apprehensive about using a machine with the free motion, and you will have plenty of fabric, so you can actually cut out some of the things. Sometimes sort of something that's quite straightforward, like the mountain there, would be quite a good one. You're going to be machining round that twice, so don't worry if your first line's not sort of too straight and everything. So
I think that's the joy of it. I think actually it adds that doodled effect.
Definitely, a sketchy sort of effect.
Yeah.
I obviously have used my machine at home, so when I came in, I just did a little bit of free motion there on this machine, just to check that I was happy with the tension and everything. And then I just played around, and as you say, you can actually make these into cards and different things like that. So it's really, really worth sort of getting to know your machine, have a look in your manual, and see, you know, what they suggest for the free motion side. So we've got a few more minutes, so let's get some free motion done.
Have you interfaced the back of it, Cara?
Yes, sorry, I've used some medium weight interfacing on the back, or you can use stitch and tear as well. So, you know, either stitch and tear or the medium interfacing. It just gives a little bit more stability to the actual design there. So I've threaded up my machine. I'm actually doing the free motion in a dark brown, because I like the dark brown with the other colours that are on there. I've actually put a dark brown on the spool, and the reason for that is if you're doing free motion, if you've not done it before and your machine, possibly the tension's slightly out, you can see the light colour coming up. So it's actually quite nice to do a dark colour underneath, something that's similar to the colour that you're using on top. You want to make sure the feed dogs are down, and that's the teeth that actually control the fabric going through. And I'm going to start, I like starting by dropping my needle near to the fabric.
And can you start anywhere?
You
know,
can
when you're
start,
quilting, you generally start at the centre and work yourself.
Yeah, you can start anywhere really. Pop your lever down so that the foot is sort of close to the actual fabric. Rotate the wheel at the side until your needle's nearly in the actual fabric, and you want it to be quite close to the edge of the fabric where you're going to be stitching. I'm just bringing the foot over. I haven't got long legs. There we go. And then the speed, I've put the speed on at sort of a medium. If you're really confident, you can actually put the speed of the machine up as well. And then drop your needle down into the fabric, and if you're happy with the position of it, and then it's the speed that you push the fabric through. I'm in control of the speed there. And with my needle down, you wouldn't normally, you'd actually you'd move your fabric like that, but because it's a triangle, I'm actually going to move, I'm going to rotate it on the needle. So when you've got something like that, it is possible to actually rotate it round. But if it's a shape, then I don't tend to. I'll show you on one of the shapes.
Judy, I don't know which one 277 is on the Visaline. What I would do if I were you is go onto the Visaline website, and they have a breakdown of what all of the different interfacings are for. We've got the 2 Bonder webs on today's show, which are obviously your fusible, they're like that fusible sort of paper. They're listed as Bonder web, whereas I know different interfaces got different numbers. So if it's not in front of me, I can't tell you the difference between them. I don't want to get the wrong thing. So have a look on the Visaline website, Judy. Or Facebook, everybody who's watching on Facebook, if you know the answer to Judy's question, please, of course, help her out. Because I can't do anything sitting here. Don't ignore her, help her.
And when you come back, so I've gone round the mountain, the triangle once. When you come back, you can snip the thread, and then I'm going to do it again. So I'm going to move that round.
So you're in control of your stitch length, aren't you?
Yes, the speed that you're actually passing this, moving the fabric through. And this is why this triangle is quite nice. The mountain's quite nice if you've not done free motion before, because it is quite straightforward.
So you're still pivoting, aren't you?
I am on the actual triangle here, but when we come, if I've got time to do some of the curved shapes,
Yeah.
I'll show you that I don't pivot. So this is where you're doing your second line of stitches, and it is like sketching. I am totally addicted to it now.
And
So
have you noticed that Cara's speaking and breathing and quite relaxed? It is, yeah, you are allowed to breathe. And
Yeah.
I know when people are doing free motion quite often, I end up stop breathing myself. I'm watching like,
So this bit, I'm actually going to, and you don't need to do a reverse stitch or anything to secure your thread. You can actually just do a couple of stitches in one position. Then I'm going to lift my needle up, and I'm going to do the snow at the top of the mountain.
so you
And
haven't
this,
cut your thread.
I haven't cut my thread at this stage. So I'm just going to, so this is where I'm not going to pivot. So again, I'm going to drop my needle down, put the foot down, oops, into the fabric, and I'm going to actually just, so you can see I'm not pivoting at all. So this is my 2 lines of stitching.
So that's what people will find strange, is
Yes.
going backwards,
Yes.
sewing backwards, isn't it?
Yeah. And if there's time, I'm going to do...
Very liberating though, isn't
Oh,
it?
it's lovely. Going to do round her dress, I think. Sorry, her kimono. So...
I love that machine just gives you a little toodaloo if
yeah,
you've forgotten
hold
to
on a
do
minute,
something.
you've not done something. So I'm just going down the side of the kimono, and then I'm coming across. Right, just going to move that up slightly. Come up the other side. So I haven't pivoted at all. And this is going to be my second line of stitching. Come down and then move across.
Lorraine says she does love watching you, Cara. You explain everything so well.
Oh, thank you, Lorraine. Thank you. I try to always imagine what I would want to know. So, and I've not been doing free motion for a long time. You know, I've only done a little bit sort of last year, and I really am sort of completely addicted to it. It's just that first sort of thing. And as I say, have a go on some sample pieces until you're comfortable and happy with the way that it looks. And don't be too critical. I think that's the thing. When you look at something, it's like looking at the cushions from a distance. You don't see all the little nuances where you've maybe coughed or looked somewhere else or something like that. It's the overall effect, which I think is beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
We've literally got a couple more minutes, a few more minutes
Yep.
with you, Cara.
So so you carry on doing that. Oops. Just as I say, when you've got your cushion, just make sure your cushion fabric is up slightly. You can see where I need to come across here.
Is the one that's the most popular, Hannah, is the Counting Sheep or the Japanese Girl more popular? Oh, in fact, the Counting Sheep is the best-selling item of the day.
Goodness me.
Very, very popular indeed. They're both extremely popular, but the Counting Sheep is the most popular of the day. And I tell you what, it's been a very, very busy day, so that just gives you a bit of an indication of how popular the Counting Sheep pattern is. I know, I do love the sheep one. It's
I know.
beautiful, isn't it?
It just brings a smile to your face. When I was actually putting it together, And, you know, I was thinking, oh, I need to put the sheep in the right position and everything like that. And actually you pop it all down. I've got one here. And you pop them all down, and the one on the top's got its legs.
Oh,
and I was
so
thinking,
cool.
oh, I need to make sure the legs are in the right position
Whoa,
and everything.
he's balancing.
And you know, the heads are all exactly the same. The bodies are all exactly the same. And it's just the position that you actually pop it on there.
Right.
And you can get the character, you know. And
So does exactly the same sort of apply when you're doing the sheep position?
Yes, exactly the same. The only thing that I would say is that you in the instructions, it will tell you, Helen will take you through what order to do things, because on the sheep one, you've got the fence at the bottom, and that needs to go on at the end.
Right.
And then when you're layering all the sheep, you need to sort of layer the bodies in the right position, and you'll build it up from the bottom, but you'll slip the bodies underneath the
There's
sheep.
more sort of layered to it.
Yeah,
So,
and also the hillside as well. You've got hillside on the sheep one.
Yeah.
So you'll need to put that on your background, like we did with the grass on this one.
Yeah.
So you do that. And on mine, I played around with the position of the houses.
Right.
So, you know, it's just wonderful. And it just looks such fun. It really does. So.
It really is. Look, there you go. So you can see it's all sort of layered up. So Helen does explain all of that in the instructions.
Yes, and as I say, the position of the houses, it's up to you, but even they look a little bit quirky, don't they?
Absolutely.
They really do.
So. Is there anything else you wanted to mention about it?
No, I think that's everything. So please just have a go. If you've never done it before, have a go and just enjoy it.
Absolutely.
We can't wait to see some of the finished ones. We started to see some of the sewing room and the potting sheds.
I saw
and
some of
things
the
like
elephants as well.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. So, you know, when you do have a go, please share it with us. We'd love to see them.
Oh, absolutely. Please do send them in. Thank you ever so much.
That's okay, thank you.
You're back in an hour with the
I am.
Japanese knot bag.
I know. I'm following Debbie and it's one of her designs. So.
No, very excited. You'll be brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. We'll see you in an hour.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So the sheep pattern, which you can see here, the most popular item of the whole day. Great one to use your scraps. It'd be lovely to use, you know, as a memory one as well. I'm going to be honest with you, we've got about 100 remaining. 100 remaining. We started with around 600 though, to put into perspective. It's £9.99. Jot down today's date because a lot of the same tips that Cara's shown us with a free motion and a plique will still apply to this one. All of your instruction there, and Helen literally takes you through step by step how to construct it. All of your templates are here, which you can transfer onto your Bonder web. Exactly how Cara's just shown us with the Japanese girl one. Works really, really well. But we were saying there's so many different ways of using this, whether it be on greetings cards, whether it be the central block of a quilt, and then you could have sheep all dotted around the quilt. You could have it on the front of a bag. You could put the sheep onto garments, onto the back of a denim jacket or something. There's loads of different ways I think you're going to then use the pattern. Just £9.99 for your pattern. Check out now. If you're waiting for the end of the demo, absolutely check out as soon as you can. Okay, we've also got the Japanese girl pattern. The kit is completely sold out. Well done if you got it. If you've got some beautiful Japanese inspired fabrics that we've launched recently, you will love this. I absolutely love the detail in, you know, the blossom, the lantern, the lotus flower. It's gorgeous. All of your templates, all of your instructions, £9.99. Everybody who's managed to got them, well done. And don't forget about the fat quarters. They're on the website. Now, so every day we're doing a daily price draw. Anybody who enters today, you're automatically entered. You don't need to put a code at checkout. Every single person who purchases on the show or on our web shop or on Yarn Lane or on Yarn Lane website, you are entered into the Liberty prize draw to win 2 packs of Liberty Fat Quarters. Everybody today is entered and you'll find out the winner tomorrow. Yesterday, we had a huge bundle of Rose and Hubble fabrics, which John had on the desk. It was loads. The winner from yesterday's prize draw is Vanessa. Vanessa, you are the winner. Warning, Paul. I'm giving you a warning. Whee! That's for you, Vanessa. I think I need to warn myself. I always squint. I'm not very good at doing things like that. But well done, Vanessa. We will, of course, be contacting you. Our marketing team will contact you. And all of your fabric is on its way. There were loads of fabrics in there. So if you want to, like Vanessa, be in with a chance of winning, all that you need to do is check out. Speaking of checkout, are you ready? She is back. Debbie Shaw has been a huge part of Sewing Street since day dot. And I know that she's taken a step back from presenting a regular slot every Sunday, but she's still very much part of the family. So, of course, she had to be here for our birthday show. And we are making it fair for everybody and putting all of the items for the next hour on pre-order now. Everything is going straight onto pre-order. So, www.sewingstreet.com. Go there now. Click Watch Live. Scroll down. On the right-hand side, you'll see it's not quite highlighted, but on the left, everything we've done. On the right, everything we've got coming up. So, everything coming up on today's show. Refresh your screen because there's the reversible bag. These are the Debbie Shaw kits, and you can see, sorry, it's jumped around, but you will find all of Debbie Shaw's kits there on pre-order. The reversible bags, which are gorgeous, and we've got great kits with lovely colourways. They are all coming up in the next hour. Are you ready? Grab them on pre-order. You've got a couple of minutes to get ahead of the game, and we have got the queen of bag making, Debbie Shaw, live in the studio. Any questions you've got for her, get them in and I will see you with Debbie right after this.
Hello everyone, my name's Cara Ackerman and I'm absolutely delighted to be here at Sewing Street. I actually originated from Hertfordshire, then went down to Hampshire and then it ended up in the East Midlands. I've been in the East Midlands for about 40 years now, which seems crazy, but 36 of those I actually worked with DMC Creative World, which was wonderful. I really, really enjoyed that. And then I decided to go freelance and that's how I got introduced to Sewing Street. I love doing anything to do with textiles, so embroidery, cross stitch, patchwork, done a bit of quilting, bag making, toy making, oh goodness, there's loads and loads of things. What I love doing is just trying something new, and I think one of the tips is don't be frightened of trying something new. You always learn from it, and you know, don't be scared of making mistakes either. We all learn from the mistakes that we make. Little bit about me that you might not know and that's a bit of a surprise. I once went to the garden party down at Buckingham Palace, the Queen's garden party, for some work that I did with Marie Curie. I was so lucky to go there and just a wonderful time. So I hope to see more of you on Sewing Street and I hope to try lots of new crafts with you. So see you again soon. Bye-bye.
While we're having to spend more time at home again, we're here to keep you busy and entertained. Sewing Street will be live every day from 8 AM, bringing you plenty of demonstrations with our experts in dressmaking, quilting, bag making, toy making, needle felting, embroidery, and so much more. Our community of fellow sewists on the Sewing Street fans Facebook group are there to chat to you about whatever you're making, sharing photos and advice. Check out the Sewing Street Facebook and Instagram pages for fun competitions and offers.
We are celebrating Sewing Street's first birthday this week. Celebrate with us every day from 8 AM till 1 PM on Freeview 72, Sky 670, our website, our YouTube channel, Facebook Live, or on the Sewing Street app. Our birthday week is jam-packed with brand new projects, lots of guest designers, and amazing daily giveaways not to be missed. Make sure you're watching us live every day to be in with a chance to win one of our daily giveaways. And the fun does not stop there. We are also giving everyone who shops with us a free Sewing Street pin badge to commemorate our first birthday, as well as a Sewing Street mug. Remember to join us for all the fun celebrations from Monday, the 1st of March, right up until Sunday, the 7th of March. Follow Sewing Street and Yarn Lane on Facebook and Instagram to keep up to date with what's coming up on the show, as well as being the first to know about our amazing offers. Get involved with our competitions that are exclusive to social media. And pick up some top tips from us too.
While we're having to spend more time at home again, we're here to keep you busy and entertained. Sewing Street will be live every day from 8 a.m, bringing you plenty of demonstrations with our experts in dressmaking, quilting, bag making, toy making, needle felting, embroidery, and so much more. Our community of fellow sewists on the Sewing Street fans Facebook group are there to chat to you about whatever you're making, sharing photos and advice. Check out the Sewing Street Facebook and Instagram pages for fun competitions and offers.
Hello, welcome back, welcome back. As predicted, I think we put these kits on pre-order about 3 minutes ago. I'm so pleased that we didn't put them on at 7:30 this morning, because there probably wouldn't be a show to be able to show you all of these. But in literally 3 minutes, we have seen so many of you check out on pre-order. So, as I said, right from day dot of Sewing Street, it's our first birthday, so of course Debbie Shaw has to be part of it. She's been part of the family since day one, and I know that she's taken a bit of a step back from her presenting her Sunday show, but of course she has to be here. She is part of the family and introducing the beautiful reversible bag as well. So should we start with the coral one, because I think we're looking at already half the stock checked out. Debbie, you've got so many messages coming in already. I've got loads and loads of messages to read you in just a second. We will say hello to Debbie in just a minute. So we've got the reversible bag. The coral colourway looks like this. It is fully reversible. I do love the idea of doing potentially some applique as well. We've just seen some lovely applique with Cara, and this one has got an applique butterfly on the inside. There you go. That is that is a doorstop inside as well. That is a house. Hannah always carries a house in her bag. So you've got a miniature pet shop, to be exact. So you've got your Debbie Shaw Sewing Street pattern, plus you are getting this beautiful cotton canvas in the coral colourway, and then you're also getting a grey. Just so you know, loads and loads and loads of you have put this in your basket. We're on single figures on that colourway remaining. £18.99. There are so many messages. Dawn said, yay, order the tulip fabric. Oh, we've got that one coming up next. In fact, we'll do that next. Lots of people very, very happy to be getting their Debbie Shaw fix. Pauline said, I'm so glad to see Debbie on Sewing Street. We miss our Debbie Shaw fix. Right, we've got the tulips. I want to make sure that Debbie gets as much time as possible to do lots of demoing. So we're going to fly through these. The tulip fabric, a quarter of the stock has gone already, literally in the last 3 minutes. Have we got this fabric on its own? No. The only way of getting this fabric is in the kit. I think it's only ever been in 2 kits. So a few weeks ago there was a kit with it in, and it completely sold out. Now everything that we have of this fabric is in this kit, and it is beautiful quality cotton canvas. Oh my word, half the stock now gone. We started with loads and loads of these, plus you're getting Debbie Shaw instructions with all of her photographs. And of course, remember, you can always watch Debbie Shaw on YouTube. You can always ask her questions. We are a live interactive show, so get your questions in today. We've only got her for 1 hour. We've only got her for 1 hour. $18.99. Love the show, and it's Debbie. That's from Yvonne in Greater London. We're going to say hello to Debbie in just a second. 2 more kits to introduce. We've got... This one is gorgeous as well. Now, they're the 2 cotton canvas. We've also got a plain cotton canvas. Let's do the plain cotton canvas first, actually. We'll stick to cotton canvas. Now, this is the one that Debbie's going to be demoing with. Nobody's even seen this one yet. So you get your instructions from Debbie Shaw. You then also get, these half meters, they're a lot because they're wide. So you get a lot of fabric there, half a metre of each of your fabrics. In teal and in navy for, I think it's 148 wide, wasn't it? 148 wide. They're really lovely and wide anyway, so you've got plenty of fabric. Maybe you've got other applique templates, maybe from any of the Helen Newton patterns that we've been looking at, maybe adding some sheep onto it. That would be brilliant. That would be brilliant. Just $16.99. Hannah's thinking of lots of different cheap puns to be able to put on it. She said, don't be part of the herd. Glenys, she's saying, hurry, we need to see Debbie. Right, let's do one more and then we can say hello. Right, the final one. Slightly lighter weight. Obviously, if you want, you can always add an interfacing. I think Debbie's using 8640 today. But that is lovely, isn't it? $23.99, half a metre of each of your beautiful, beautiful fabrics. This is Liberty. To have a Liberty bag. In fact, both of them are Liberty. So you'll have a Liberty bag on both sides. $23.99 for a metre of fabric plus your pattern, plus your instructions with, of course, as always, brilliant step-by-step photographs, step-by-step instructions from Queen of Bag Making, Debbie Shaw. £23.99. Is there anything else I need to mention? There's so many messages. Jane, just ordered the kit, can't wait to receive it. In fact, just ordered 3 kits. 3 kits. Well done on getting them all. That was from lovely Jane. A message from Bernadette as well. Morning, Debbie. So nice to see you and looking forward to watching you. I've got your reversible bag book, potentially. I think you've got the book. I think you're raving about it, maybe. Maybe that's right. Right, anyway, without further ado, we've all been so excited to have you back, Debbie.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm really good, thank you. You?
Jolly good. It's nice to sort of see you in person.
It was day 1, the last time we worked together, so that was just over a year ago.
That is crazy, isn't it?
I know.
It is absolutely crazy. So as we said, have to have Debbie Shaw part of the birthday special.
Thank you.
Patterns already very popular.
Yes, so I hear. I'm really pleased. It's a really simple bag. So if you've
It's a
never,
lovely plush bag, though,
it
isn't
is,
it?
and it's roomy.
Yeah.
It's a bag that you can actually use and put things in. And of course it's reversible as well. So if you are a beginner sewer, then there aren't any fastenings. There's no clips or zips or pockets or anything like that. It's really simple. Fastenings would have been difficult on this one because it's reversible, as you can see. So that's the other way around.
Oh, that looks gorgeous. That's
which
the tulip, by the way, which is now sold out.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, that's my favourite one. You could add fastenings, but it wouldn't be reversible if you did that. But if you don't want it to be reversible, that's fine. And you can add pockets if you wish. With the teal and the navy, the one that I'm making up in just a moment, this is what's spare.
Oh, so you get lots of fabric. It's nice and wide, isn't it, the cotton canvas?
Yeah. But that's left over, so you've got enough to make a smaller version of the bag, or a makeup bag to go with it, or a purse, or something like that. Or if you wanted to add pockets, then you can put patch pockets or zip pockets. You've got plenty there to play around with. So I think you've been very generous this morning.
I know. All the bundles are about to sell out, by the way. So before everybody bombards us asking, we'll just do it now. If you want the pattern on its own, we are going to do it. It's the birthday. The pattern, the first two options, the coral and the tulips, have completely sold out. There's still the Liberty and there's still a handful of the navy that Debbie's working with. In fact, there's not a handful, there's 3. So if you have already got fabric, what sort of fabrics do you think are suitable for this then, Debbie?
I love the canvas. You can use cottons, like a quilting weight cotton, but do put some kind of stabiliser behind that, either H640 or an interfacing. I wouldn't use a foam, so I wouldn't use the Bosal foams,
okay.
because you're pleating the fabric and I think it's going to be a bit too chunky. But it does need some, because it's quite a big bag, so if you don't have any interfacing, it's going to be very floppy. But I think canvases look really expensive. They give you a really nice finish to the bag, but any fabric you like.
Brilliant.
And you'll need about ½ metre of each.
Okay.
And you'll have a bit left over for pockets and things.
Fantastic, fantastic. Right, so you say that this is actually a really great one for any beginners.
Yep.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Off you go.
Because the outside and the lining of the bag are exactly the same. And I'm using the teal for the lining. Although it's reversible, I've chosen to have the blue on the outside because that's got the interfacing on the back. And I like, if I'm going to put any kind of interfacing, I like it to be on the bit that you see and the bit that you feel more. So I've decided that navy is going to be the side that I'm going to use most often. I'm going to put a border across the top, but in the contrast. So I've cut my 2 pieces of the outer, 2 pieces of the lining, and then 2 borders for the outer. So it's these that I put the H640 on, and then 2 pieces to go on the lining. So those go with that. And then the handle, and that's basic, that's all your pieces. For the handle, I'm using 2 colours because I think it's nice. So let's start off with that. I could follow my own instructions, but you kind of wing it a little bit.
You have to go rogue though. Would it be a Debbie Shaw show if you don't go a bit rogue?
I've made so many patterns for so many bags. They all kind of blend in together. So if I'm looking at this thinking, hang on, where do I measure that? Then do excuse me.
And your instructions are brilliant because you've got step-by-step photographs as well.
And the instructions are just like with any of my books or anything like that. This is as I'm making the bag.
Oh, brilliant.
So if I decide that you need an extra step or a little bit more instruction, we can go back and put another picture in. So you will always have photo-rich instructions wherever you see projects of mine from. And I keep it really simple as well. I'm not a fan of jargon.
No.
Don't understand a lot of it, and I don't use abbreviations.
Well, when you start sewing, it's like learning a new language half the time when you read some patterns, isn't it? So
and it
it's
can be
brilliant.
intimidating.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to be consulting a dictionary every time I'm reading a pattern.
No.
I want it to be clear. And even with abbreviations, I know what RST is, but it takes a couple of seconds to figure out.
Right sides
So
together,
I can actually spell right sides together, so I'm going to write right sides together down. So with the handle, it's 4 inches wide. You can make these as long as you like, and I've simply folded the long sides to the centre and crease, and then folded the whole lot in half again. And I'm just going to sew down both sides. Now, it would be quite nice if you used a contrasting thread. I'm using navy on the teal, but I'm using navy on the navy as well, because you'll be here all day if we start changing colour of thread. But it would be quite nice to use a teal thread on the navy.
Oh,
so
nice.
really,
Play about.
yes, why not? And with the,
sorry, go on, carry on,
let's say
Debbie.
with plain fabric, you were saying about a plique. This is ideal. And a plique can be as simple as you've got a favourite flower on a print of a different fabric, just cut it out and sew it on. You know, you don't need to follow patterns or have a particular skill to add a plique. It can be very simple. But it can make a big difference to a plain bag, methinks.
Dawn said good morning, Debbie.
Morning, Dawn.
Pauline said good morning, Debbie.
Morning, Pauline.
Kath said lovely to see Debbie back. She's such a natural at both presenting and demonstrating.
Thanks, Kath.
Oh, Morag said good morning as well.
Oh, morning, Morag. Still on call?
We've also got Glenys.
Oh, hi, Glenys.
Sue said good morning, Debbie. Lovely to see you back, even if it's just
Hi,
for an hour.
Sue.
Looking forward to the demo. Linda, so happy to see Debbie back. If only for an hour, looking forward to the demo. We've got Bernadette, we've got Deborah. Everyone's saying hello to you and loving having you back on screen.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Oh. Anyway, I might even finish the bag in the show as well. That would probably be a first. Right, I'm going to measure from each side the marking where I am going to put a pleat. So, which is going to be there, which you can probably read, but I'm not telling you. You won't buy the pattern, will you? 1, 2, 3. And I'll need to do that on all 4 pieces.
Now, how much 8640 am I going to need for this, Debbie?
It comes by the metre, doesn't it?
It comes
so it's
in
a
a
metre
metre
by
piece.
90. You'll
Yeah.
have loads left over.
Ah.
You could probably do 2 bags with that.
And it is so lovely. I know whenever I see your books, you'll always suggest 8640 as
Yeah.
your interfacing,
Yeah.
won't you? It's really
Well, I
soft.
like it. There's a lot of different brands of fusible fleeces. I find with the Valiseline brand, it doesn't pucker when I iron it on, and I can use a hot iron with lots of steam. Some of them just don't like steam.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I use it. I've never had a problem.
Do I
with
need to
it.
put a pressing cloth or anything, or just iron
I
from
don't.
the canvas side?
I don't just iron it from the canvas
Yeah.
side. If you're not using a canvas or a cotton, do a little patch test first, because a hot iron with lots of steam works best with H640.
Yeah.
But that's obviously dependent on the fabric that you're using.
Okay. Brilliant.
Yes. Okay, so that mark goes on all 4 pieces, because all 4 pieces are going to have a pleat in them. And the easiest way to measure the size of the pleat is to put the top of the bag on top of it, and we simply need to make the bottom of the bag to the same size as the top. So that's going to go there, like so, and same on this one. Just fold it in so that these 2 are the same size. You do have the exact measurements in your instructions,
Okay.
but I think it's easier to do it kind of by eye if you do it that way. And we'll need to do that again on all 4 pieces. So I'm using the same piece there. So a little pinch and a pleat. And what I've done with the, a little bit wider on that one, with the pleats is to just sew down them a little bit. I say I've sewn down them a little bit. These bags are actually made by Sheena. And I know we've sold out of this one, but just a little row of stitches on the top of the pleat here keeps them nice and square.
So you don't need to go all the way down?
Not all the way
No.
down, but it keeps it makes them look like a pleat,
Yeah.
not a bit of a gather. So it just gives you a nice professional finish. Right, and the same with the lining pieces. So a little crease there. You've got my knot bag coming up later on as well, haven't you? It's all
I
reversible
know.
bags today.
I know. Yeah, we've got your Japanese knot bag.
Yeah.
So, yeah, a bit of a Debbie Shaw day. Those of you that love her patterns, then please do make sure you stay tuned. There was a lady who said, where was it? We've had so many. In fact, right, I can't keep up with all these messages. Debbie said, love Debbie's instructions. They're always so clear. We've got Debbie and Shaw instructions coming up in the next hour as well. Lorraine says hello. Love a Debbie fix from Jane.
Oh.
I don't know what the question marks. Lover, Debbie fix? Oh, I think they're supposed to be different emotions. I think they're emojis. Lovely to see you. Hope you've had a hot coffee, Christy says. She's got one.
It's my second one.
I bet Debbie uses different mugs for different times of the day. Do you have like a afternoon mug that you use of bone china?
No, same one.
it's-
I like a big cup.
Yeah.
And there's a reason for that, because I don't take milk in my coffee.
Yeah.
And so it's really, really hot normally. So if you have a bigger surface area on the top, it cools down enough so that you can start drinking it quicker.
Oh, there you go.
So yeah, always the same cup. Do you have a favourite cup?
Well, no, I didn't realise there was a thing. It was a thing. There was. I've got a
yes.
favourite cup, I think, but Hannah has different cups for different times of the day. So a thicker cup in the morning, and then she'll go on to have bone china for her afternoon tea.
That's when she tips her finger.
Yeah, she's very refined. She's a lady in the afternoon. We don't get to see her in the afternoon.
I've never seen that.
No, we
Never a
finish
lady
at 1
in the
o'clock, so
morning.
we've never seen Hannah as a lady.
So what is she in the evenings then?
We can't say on her.
Okay.
We can't say on her. She says a shot glass in the evening. That's her favourite glass in an evening.
Oh, Right, so all I'm doing is sewing down these pleats by a couple of inches. So.
And did you do a little reverse then at the end?
Yes, just stop the stitches coming undone. I don't reverse at the start. This was a debate actually in one of our shows. Reversing stitches. I don't if that stitch line is going to go into a seam. So the top of the bag is going to go into another seam.
Doesn't need to.
That's the point. But if it's not, so if it's the end of a dart or something like that, then yes, definitely you will need to do a little bit of a back stitch.
And so you do this on all 4 pieces again?
Yes, so on the lining and on the outer pieces, so that they're all looking exactly the same. Like so.
Oh, I'm so pleased. Jackie says, brilliant. I managed to get the bag kit before they sold out. Can't wait to make it. Remember, anybody who has missed out on any of the kits, you can still get your instructions. We had lots of cotton canvases on the first hour, so they'll be on the website. And there's lots of beautiful fabrics. And as Debbie said, you can use your quilting weight fabrics. Just make sure you get yourself some H640 or some interfacing. H640 is nice and soft though, compared to using, you know, like I'm thinking the hemline medium weight interfacing or something. Do you think you're best to use a fleece?
I like the fleece because it gives you a substantial bag that, you know, they don't exactly stand alone, but pretty much. But they're easy to work with, so you don't have to worry about trimming the foam back to the seams or cutting the foam, the fleece shorter than the outer bag.
Right,
it's just easy.
Nice.
And it's polyester, so it's washable as well, without shrinking, which helps. So, okay, so this is where I change thread normally and put a teal thread on there, really make it stand out. But I would like to get something finished. I don't know if I ever have here, actually. Right, so a reverse stitch. Now you'd measure those normally just to make sure that all the stitches are the same length, but made a few of these so you kind of get to know how to do it by eye.
But you've had, you say, some ladies making up some of your samples as well.
Yes, so Sheena made these up for me. She's one of my new girls.
Oh, lovely. How are you getting on with your new unit and your new warehouse? How's it all going?
It's so busy, honestly. When I finished here, I'm live on my website at 2 o'clock this afternoon, so I've got a bit of a rush there.
Oh, fab.
But I think there's so many new people, you find it here as well, are learning how to sew, starting how to sew, or any kind of new craft. So yeah, it's really busy.
And I was thinking, you know, after lockdown, I wonder whether it's slowed down, but I just don't think it will. I think everybody who's started it is now, investing in new machines and are completely hooked.
And I think you find as well, there's this time last year, a lot of people were learning how to sew because they wanted to help, as in making masks and scrubs and things like that. Which obviously we're still doing, but those people are now moving on to dressmaking, bag making, homewares, because you've learnt the skill now, so you know, why not?
Now you went through that no problem without your walking foot on, or this is another great thing about H640, it's not too
You don't
bulky.
need anything special, it's not bulky.
Fantastic.
Right, so that's the outside. On the pattern, it tells you to round the corners off. I'm going to box the corners on this one, so just so we can do it a little bit different. So right sides together, we're going to put the borders across the top of each one of these pieces. So I'm going to need to do that with all 4 pieces. The only thing with the H640 you may find is that you may need to lengthen your stitch a little bit, because the one thing it does do, as you can see here, is cause a bit of friction.
Okay.
So it slows down your machine.
What have you lengthened it to, Debbie?
I'm on 2.8 at the moment, which is normally the kind of length of stitch that I'd have for top stitching. But because it's kind of dragging a little bit with the friction on the foot, it's making the stitches shorter anyway.
Deborah said, I've got many of Debbie's books and they are brilliant. They're very clear to follow. Thank you, Debbie. Can't wait for your new book. Have you got more books to launch?
I'm working on 9. I've got 3 years. But
9 new books, like a full new series.
Yes. So, well, next up is there's a compilation book of my half-yard books.
Okay.
So it's called Half Yard Summer. It's a really big, thick book. It's about 15 pounds. We're going to be launching it here in April.
Oh, brilliant.
Well, I'm saying, I don't know. If my publishers are watching, I've made an announcement. Sorry about that. but that's going to be favourite projects, summer related, from all of the half-yard books, and 5 new projects as well. So I've got 2 more of those styles of books I'm working on. Then later on in the year is So Eco-Friendly, which is all about doing your little bit.
Oh, I love that. We're all a bit more aware, aren't we,
Yes,
of
absolutely.
sustainability and being more...
And it's
kind to the
more,
planet.
yes, there's lots of wipes and things like that, and making things that you can keep instead of throwing away, so less disposable products, but also using sustainable fabrics.
Fantastic.
And there's things in there like, I do face wipes, but then there's a little recipe for an organic cleanser. And there's baby wipes, but there's a little recipe for cleanser again and things like that. So.
And that's going to be in April?
No, that's
September.
Later on, that's September. I'm working on a book with my daughter at the moment.
Oh, I don't know how you do all this. I don't know where you have the time.
We may be a little late with that. So yeah, so it's they're keeping me busy, which is good.
Lynn, love all of your items, Debbie.
Thank you.
Nearly all of your books, and using them to keep using them has kept me sane during lockdown. A million thank yous for all of your products. That's from lovely Lynn in Devon.
Thank you.
I hear this time and time again, you know, that sewing has kept everybody sane through this really hard year.
It takes your mind away from things, doesn't it? I know we talk about mindful crafts. I think it's mindless.
Yeah.
It's just because you just lose yourself in it. It takes your mind off other things.
And lots of people, you know, who are scared of bag making, and when you think of the sort of 3D element, this is one that actually you can see, yes, Debbie's made this quite a few times, and it's obviously a very experienced sewer, but you're chatting, we can breathe, you can have a cup of tea, you can stop and start.
And it should be enjoyable. Sewing's a rush when you've got an hour on TV. Sewing at home, if it takes you a week to make something, then what a nice week you'd have had.
Yeah.
And things don't have to be perfect. And you know, it's a bag. You're not going to wear it on the red carpet or anything. You know, it's not so important.
Yeah.
But it's something that you can give as a gift as well, which is quite nice. So I've got my tops all sewn on my bottoms. So we'll put the handles on next. So it doesn't really matter which way these go, as in on the outside of the bag or the lining of the bag. But these are going to sit nice and neatly over the pleat here, on both sides. So make sure the strap isn't twisted as you turn it around. So like that. And I'm just going to sew across the top within the seam allowance just to hold those in place while we put the rest of the bag together. So I did put that, there we go.
Deborah says, I wish one day to meet Debbie. Just want to say thank you in person for teaching me to sew. Hopefully we'll be able to get to do some more exhibitions and things like that in the...
Yeah, they're doing them virtually
Yeah.
at the moment, but it's not the same as actually being with somebody, is it? So, no, they keep planning these things in and then cancelling at the last minute, but more important to be safe, I think.
Yeah, yeah. They've said I'd never made a bag until I got Debbie's book, and now I've made 12. You can never have enough bags, can you?
No, well, if you make your own bags, you can have a bag to match every outfit.
Absolutely.
It's a great way of using up your fabric collection. We don't have stashes anymore, we have collections.
Right, okay.
Because it makes them seem more justifiable. But you can use them as storage as well.
You use them as insulation, don't you?
And soundproofing, yes.
Yeah.
It really works. Yes.
Right, so you're just stitching those on within the seam allowance?
Yes, so just so I don't have to work around pins, just to hold those in place, like so. And then we'll pop them together. So we'll sew these together across the top. So lining side to the outside, just straight across here. And there is a little bit of hand sewing if you want this to be perfectly reversible. Over you go. So straight across the top. Again, if you want to do any top stitching on this, and that would look nice as well, you can have more time than me to do little finishing touches like that. And it's a 1/4 inch seam allowance, but as long as the seam allowance is consistent, it doesn't really matter. I tend to use the edge of the foot, which is normally a little bit more than a 1/4 inch. So that's fine. It won't make any difference to the size of the bag.
Right, so right sides together.
Right sides together again. If you find it easier to pin, then pin away. That's absolutely fine. I find with smaller projects like this, I just line the edges up and go for
You
it.
just go rogue.
You can do what you want. It's your bag. Who's going to know?
What are your most go-to interfacings, James asked? Is it more fusible fleece or foams?
I use probably fleece and foam 50-50. I like the look of foam. It's not as easy to work with. You may have to cut it back to the seams and things like that, but I love the way that a bag looks when it's got foam inside it. Fleece I'd certainly use for smaller bags if I'm doing a makeup bag or anything like that. Fleece I will use if I'm making a cushion cover, just to give it a bit of body behind the front of it. Whether I'm quilting that or not, I still like to use a bit of fleece on there as well. So half and half, I would say.
There you go, James.
So these two now right sides together. So outer to outer, lining to lining. And this is the point I want to make match, because this is the bit that you're going to see.
Okay.
So I'm going to stick a pin right across that seam. This is where I was saying about consistent seam allowance. These need to match,
Okay.
really. So if they don't, do a little bit of unpicking and re-sewing and make sure they do, because it's worth it.
Oh, and it only takes a couple more seconds just to line them up, doesn't it? And make sure that they're in place.
Yes. And on this side. Now one of my pieces has grown a bit, so I'm just going to trim it down. It's fine.
Deborah's asked your recommendation on sewing machines. She says that she wants to get a computerised quilting sewing machines. Do you have any recommendations?
I prefer to recommend brands than a particular sewing machine, because I don't know what your budget is and exactly what you're going to be making. But whatever kind of level of sewer you are, if you're a complete beginner or if you're advanced, it's important to go for a big brand, because a big brand sewing machine will give you the support and you'll have longevity there, so you've got reliability. They are probably very nice sewing machines that you can buy in supermarkets from brands I've never heard of, but I don't know if there's somebody that I can phone up if I've got a problem with it. And you're probably going to be spending a few £100, so I like the peace of mind. And I like to know that if I'm buying a sewing machine, I'm going to be using it in 20 years' time.
Yeah.
You don't get 20-year guarantees with sewing machines, but if you look after a good brand of sewing machine, then it should be with you for life. Now, I'm not saying you're going to live for 20 years, hopefully it's going to be longer than that. But it should last you for a long, long time. I use a Janome, which is the same company as Elna.
Yeah.
I have a Janome 660, which I adore, but it's not made anymore. So the equivalent now is your 720,
Okay.
the Elna. I also have the 570, which I bought for my daughter, then borrowed it back, and she's not seeing it again. So those are my two machines.
Oh, brilliant.
But yeah, have a think about what you want the machine for. If it's specifically for quilting, you may want to look at the size of the throat and specific stitches. You're better off just talking to the... give Janome a ring and ask them, basically. But big brand, so I'm not an ambassador for Janome. I don't get commissioned for sales or anything like that. I use it because I like it and I bought it. But I could also recommend Brother Sewing Machines. So the brands, Husqvarna Viking I like, Pfaff I like. I just choose Janome.
In fact, Jane from Janome and Elna, they're under the same umbrella, as Deborah was saying. She's actually here tomorrow. So, Deborah, if you've got any specific questions, if they're Elna or Janome questions, then Jane will be able to answer them for you. So we have got Jane here tomorrow. I think it's the 12 o'clock show. It's going to be a brilliant show. Brilliant show.
It's nice with Elna as well, because they do have a helpline. They're only based in Stockport in Manchester. And they're very nice people.
Yeah.
I've been in their office before now, and somebody couldn't remember how to use the needle threader.
Yeah.
And I was listening to this woman talking the customer through exactly how to do it for so long.
Yeah.
And you know, you may think it's a silly question, but it's not to you.
Yeah.
It's just nice to know that there's somebody there to help you out.
So, did you say that you're going to do a squared bottom with this? You can trim your
Yeah,
your
in
corners.
the instructions it tells you to cut it round, so you get a round bottom. So I'm just easing this through a little bit because it is dragging on the machine with the H640. But I just thought we'd make a different base. We're going to make a square one. Because the pattern, I think, no matter what the pattern's for, if it's a bag or a cushion cover or an evening dress, it's there as a starting point. So again, if you're new to sewing, you'll follow things by the book, but as you gain a little bit more confidence and experience, you may think, well, I've got my basic template, that's my skeleton.
Yeah.
Then I want to build on it, so now I want to change this, and I want to change that, and make it suitable for you.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't use a bag without pockets on the inside. What are you doing in the bag without pockets? So I would add pockets to any bag. So this doesn't come with a pattern for a pocket, but I would stick a patch pocket on the inside.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I just lose everything in the bottom.
But Julie said this, she says, Debbie's patterns are achievable and don't put you off trying more ideas.
Yeah.
So that's what I love, is that you're going to learn lots of very transferable skills throughout Debbie's patterns. We've got another great pattern as well coming up in the next hour, which is already selling on pre-order, by the way. It's another pattern again. In fact, I think the pattern individually is sold out completely on its own already on pre-order, but we have got some bundles, we have got some kits for you. Oh, I know, Caroline, she just said, you're both looking really well. She says, not long to go now, Vix. I know. Getting very, very close. How's your son getting on?
Oh, really good.
They had their baby over Christmas, was it?
It was
Christmas time?
November.
November.
Yeah. Little Finn Frank.
Oh, Finn! That's a gorgeous name.
So yeah, he's doing really well. There was a little bit of a concern last week because I thought he had a heart murmur. But they go and checked out, he's absolutely fine. There's no problem.
Gosh. Do you know what? I've already got like an anxiety where I'm nervous about everything all the time. And so many people said to me, that never ever will go away.
No, but my son with the grandson is going to be 40 on Monday.
And do you still worry
and
about
I still
him?
worry about him.
Oh.
He's just bought himself a new car. And I said, you're not allowed. It's too, you're not allowed that car, it's too fast for you. So no, it never goes away, and I would never want it to.
No. So you've left a gap there, Debbie. How big of a gap did you leave?
I do this, sometimes I just carry on like you're not there. I've left a gap so I can turn this in the bottom of about 5 or 6 inches. That's all. So just coming back down the final side. And again, I've chosen to leave the gap on the side that I won't be using so much because I like the navy side. But this is where, so I'm just easing that in because there's a wrinkle. This is where your hand sewing is going to come in. Because if you're going to make this reversible, you're going to see that seam. But let's make the base square. So I just put my hand inside the bag and open out the bottom corner so that the side seam is sitting over the base seam, and you can feel that. So you can feel that they're together. I'm not fussed about pressing seams open, but I'm going to squish them in opposite directions to cut down on the bulk. And then we're going to measure across the corner from the point where your stitches end, not from the bit on the end here, and I'm going to measure 2 inches. So we'll have a nice big square base on this one.
And like you say, it's a lovely roomy bag, isn't it?
It is.
So having a nice box bottom as well.
Yes, so make it even roomier.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do that on all 4 corners. So now we're so straight across. And again, squishing the seams in opposite directions.
Now you're going through a lot of layers here, aren't you?
Yes, so I may have to give it a bit of a helping hand.
But how, by lengthening your stitch is going to help, isn't it?
That'll help as well. And if you are struggling with thicker fabric like that, don't tug the fabric under the needle because you just break the needle. But you can give it a gentle help, a little bit of an ease. Then we're going to chop that off.
How far away from your stitches are you chopping that?
It's about the width of the side of my foot.
Okay.
1/4 of an inch in the instructions. So let's do the same again on, in fact, all 4 corners, just the same. So squish that open. Seams on top of each other. So again, you can feel that. Keep the triangle square. 2 inches from that corner. And sew straight across. So because I've sewn 2 inches across, the actual base of the bag will be 3.5 inches square. So that's 2 inches times 2 minus 2/4 of an inch seam allowances.
Don't start with your maths. We've been talking about you this morning. I didn't know you were a member of Mensa. Oh my word, how impressive.
I joined Mensa back in the 1980s when I left my job as a children's TV presenter, because I know it's not very PC, but children's presenters that were blonde were deemed a little bit silly. And I just thought it would look good on my CV.
Yeah, if you were then a member of Mensa. So, yeah, I can see you on Countdown. You'd be brilliant.
I auditioned for it.
Oh, this is just amazing, isn't it?
Cara Ackerman got the job.
Oh.
That was a long time ago. Then again, snip straight across. And back in this one. Was that 82? That was
How do you know that, Paul? Oh, it was the first programme on Channel 4.
Right. So last corner here. Oh, and snip. We're almost finished. I actually get to finish something. So let's turn the whole thing through. Like so. It does need a good old press. Let's push out those squared off bottoms.
And the canvas, I mean, I know you love using the cotton canvases for bags, but they're really soft. I think when you envisage canvas, when I first sort of started and see it on the telly, I thought, oh, but is it like the canvas that you paint on? It's really stiff, whereas actually it's not, is it?
It's not. I don't know why it's called canvas, actually. I thought exactly the same. Canvas is a really heavy, you know, I don't want to sew with that.
Yeah.
It's more like a heavyweight cotton,
yeah.
I would say, but the suppliers call it canvas, then it's canvas. No, I love working with it, and it's a lovely fabric for making jackets, skirts, creases quite a lot. I don't know about trousers, but yeah, you could. I mean, if you don't mind the look of linen, which creases a lot, then that's fine. It's great for bag making because it's so strong. But so I'm just going to sew this on the sewing machine. That I'd normally do by hand with a ladder stitch, so you don't see it, but we're retreating a little bit. For covering chairs and things like that, you've got a nice solid fabric, so if you wanted to cover over the dining chairs or make a stool cover or something, it's perfect. It's lovely and strong, and you wouldn't need an interfacing on it if you're using it for upholstery either. Okay, so I'm just sewing really close to the edge, and then we'll pop the lining inside the bag.
Like you say, especially if you want to make it reversible, it's worth just sitting. It's not very much hand stitching that you need to do. It's only a couple of inches. So
I love hand stitching.
Do you?
Oh, I could sit there for hours hand stitching.
Do you do lots of hand stitching at home?
I do. I do a lot of smocking. That's another book I'm working on. I like Canadian smocking, so cushion covers and things like that, not the little girls' dresses ones. I just enjoy anything hand sewn like that. I've just finished an English paper piece cushion with tumbling blocks, which is my favourite design for English paper piecing. But yeah, I can't sit still and do nothing in an evening.
Lots of people say that they can't sit and watch the telly without doing something with their hands.
Yeah, I have to keep busy, and I have to feel as though I've achieved something at the end of the day as well. Yeah. So if it's been a particularly quiet day, it's just nice to before I go to bed, think, right, I've done that today.
Yeah.
And even though hand sewing is quite slow and can be, you think, laborious, I could spend ages doing it. I'm just pressing around the top because I'm going to top stitch this as well because we've got loads of time left.
We're doing well. We're doing well for time.
Which is, yeah, I know. I'm not normally like that. I don't take chat into account normally. Think, oh, well, that'll take me about an hour to make a bag, but then we get talking, don't we?
Oh yeah, send in all your messages. Any questions that you've got for Debbie, get them in. And lots of people are saying that they're loving your YouTube show as well. You say you're on today at 2 o'clock, aren't you?
I'm on my website today. Saturdays, I've figured out how to do Facebook and YouTube live at the same time.
Oh, brilliant.
So I'm multitasking with 2 screens with comments.
Yeah, I was going to say, you have to have it on 2 separate devices, don't you?
Yeah, but that's really nice. Do you know, I love technology, and I know not everybody's a fan of Facebook and things like that.
We've all had to get better at it this year,
yes,
haven't we?
but I couldn't work without it now because there wouldn't be anybody there to talk to. Do you know what I mean? It's lovely to have comments and people coming to know that you're there and following and maybe sewing along.
Yeah.
And asking questions and things. Before all of this kind of social media, sewing was quite a lonely pastime.
Yeah.
Quite insular. So yes, I love it.
Deborah's just asked, Dawn's just asked saying, do the handles have to go over the pleats?
I think they look better over the pleats. If you wanted to put them closer together, then that's fine. I wouldn't put them any further apart because your bag's going to collapse in the middle if you do that. If they're a little bit closer together, it may be a bit more secure, maybe, because again, there's no fastening on that one. But the top is quite small.
Right.
The base is very big, and certainly now I've squared it off, you've got quite a big size there. But yes, you put them wherever you like, as long as they're the same on both sides.
And you can make your handles as long as you want.
Yes.
Yeah. So you can make them longer if you want. I've had a message come in as well from Deborah. Love this bag and have ordered. Brilliant. Will I need to overlock the edges?
I don't. Depends what fabric you're using. But on a bag, I don't overlock the edges at all because they're not going to get wear and tear. If it's a garment, definitely, because it's going to go in the washing machine.
Yeah.
But a bag, I wouldn't put a bag in the washing machine. I wouldn't launder it. I'd spot clean it if it needed cleaning.
Yeah.
So there's not really any wear on the seams. So no, I wouldn't bother.
Thank you, Deborah. Lynn's got a question as well.
Hi,
Is that
Lynn.
on the computer? It's coming saying, are you working on paper piecing book?
No, I'm not.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
you've got to do
afraid.
that
Oh, there's a
next.
thought.
Oh, that would be brilliant. I do love English paper piecing.
Do you?
Oh, I do. I think it's such, like you say, a lovely... Every now and then, you want to do a quick project just to sense that achievement. But actually, I know Hannah, she'll just sit and do EPP and not even have a project in mind, just to sit and do the EPP is really lovely pastime.
Yeah.
Message in as well. Love, Debbie, you inspired me to sew. I love your books. Thank you, from Sheila.
Thank you, Sheila.
We're excited for more. And remember, spoiler alert, we're going to be launching one of Debbie's books in April. Next book launching in April. She's already said it. It's launching here in April, so it has to happen now.
I might be in trouble for that, but well, there you go.
When you're top stitching,
Yes.
do you use a coordinating or a contrasting thread?
I would use a contrasting. I really like it to stand out.
Yeah.
If you're not too confident with your top stitching, then use a coordinating thread so it doesn't stand out. But a few tips for you for... Ooh, over we go. Go on. For top stitching.
Calm.
Words of encouragement tend to help.
Do you talk to your machines?
Only when it's not behaving. It never gets praise, my machine. If you're not too confident in top stitching, have a look in your arsenal of feet and you will probably find a foot that's got a guide on it like this one. So this is actually...
Is that a blind hem foot?
It's a blind hem
Yeah.
foot, but it's got a guide.
Ah, okay.
So if you were to use this with a straight stitch, move the needle over to the left-hand side, you've probably got 1/4 of an inch between the furthest the needle can go to the left and that guide underneath there. So if you put the guide, up against the edge of your fabric and then sew.
Oh, that's good. My top stitching's never even, so that's,
Really?
I'll have to have a go with a blind hem foot.
Yeah, the blind hem foot will work, an overcasting foot would work.
Okay.
Some 1/4 inch feet have a guide on it like that as well. So have it, I mean, just because that's called a blind hem foot doesn't mean it's just a blind hemming. And in fact, in America, where there are many, many quilters, they'd call that an applique foot.
Oh.
And they would call the blind hem stitch an applique stitch because quilters don't very often have the use for blind hemming.
Oh, I see.
So yeah, it's just a foot at
Yeah.
the end of the day. So it doesn't know.
Really
Your
nice
machine's not
stuff.
going to go, I'm not doing that.
Yeah. That's a good point.
You've got the wrong foot on there, I'm not doing that.
Linda's just asked, could you put a roller loop on the top seam and add a button for top fastener either side?
That would make a nice feature. So if you put that, as I said, into the seam, you'd have a button on each side,
Yeah.
but that's not a bad thing because you're only going to see one at a time anyway. But yes, I think that would be really nice, and maybe even quite low down as well, so make it a really big feature on the bag. That would look good.
Lots of love for your blouse, by the way.
Oh, Oh, thank you. No, I didn't make it.
In fact, that's everyone saying, did you make that? What's the pattern? What's the blouse you're wearing?
I have so many questions about did you make the dress you're wearing? Did you make the blouse you're wearing? I don't have time. My thoughts this year were I am going to start dressmaking and maybe make an outfit for myself once a month. And I need to sew more days in the week at the moment. So,
well, it's been amazing having you back.
Thank you.
Sorry that if I haven't got through all of your messages, but you must have a look on the fan page as well, and on to read all of the messages, because they've been coming in the hundreds for you.
Thank you.
In the next hour, we're doing your Japanese knot bag as well,
know.
which is gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah, thank you. It took me ages to figure that one out. With knot bags, it's the straps can be really difficult and fiddly, because normally you leave a gap at the top of the strap in the seam and then pull everything through and had.
Cara's going to have loads of fun, isn't she?
I've figured out an easy way.
Oh, brilliant, brilliant. So we will see you, fingers crossed you say, in April next.
Yeah,
amazing.
I don't know what date, but yes.
We will keep our eyes peeled for that. It's been brilliant to have you back.
It's been nice to be here. Thank
Nice
you.
to see you as well. Everybody who has got the kits, well done, because it's been so popular. The instructions on their own. Are all of the bundles sold out? Have we got any of the Liberties? No. They have gone too. If you do want the pattern on its own, it's just £9.99 today. Do make the most of it. Jot down today's date as well, because we had lots of different tips about how to make it into a boxy bottom, and lots of brilliant tips about fabrics and interfacing that you can watch back, of course, whenever you want on YouTube. Now, you've got your instructions, you've got all of your fabric requirements. Debbie has suggested 1/2 metre of each of your fabrics, one for your lining and one for your outer, but remember, it is fully reversible. Plus, you've also got step-by-step photographs. It'd be really nice to be doing some applique, actually. If you've got any of the Helen Newton patterns or any applique templates, why not add applique to it, or why not add any of your fastenings as well if you want. Now, also H640, selling a lot of H640. If you've got any of Debbie's books, if you've got any of her patterns, it is a really lovely plush fusible fleece. It is an official Visaline product, which is the one that Debbie will always suggest. She said you can give it really good steam and lots of heat. £9.99 for a metre of Visaline H640. Is there? £9.99. Hannah's just said, oh, and Vix. Breaking news. I was getting, if you heard me just slowing down then, it's because breaking news. It's, of course, our birthday. Amazing to have Debbie Shaw back. So look at these lovely napkins. Cara, now there seems to be chocolate buttons missing from these. Look at all of these gaps. I think Hannah's eaten every single one of the chocolate buttons on the top of these cakes. But the reason that there's breaking news is because, look, there's a recipe inside of these. Right, we need to ask Cara where she got these from, because they're really cool, aren't they? But Hannah literally just said it was literally the biggest breaking news of the day then. So I can't offer you the napkins, I'm afraid. But for this birthday, we've got loads and loads of treats. So everybody who has bought Debbie Shaw's pattern, anybody who's bought, we can't add the napkins into your order, but they're good, aren't they? They're good. You're automatically entered into the daily prize draw, which is today, to win Liberty. 2 fat quarter packs of Liberty fabrics, which are gorgeous, from the Emporium range. Absolutely gorgeous. These have been gifted to us from EQS. Thank you ever so much for putting these into our prize draw. So we will reveal the winner of these tomorrow. All you have to do is check out your basket, and that can be anything from today's show. It can be anything off our website today until midnight tonight. People are already shopping on Yarn Lane. Remember, in an hour from now, we're going to be bringing back the Yorkshire Spinners, which are amazing. West Yorkshire Spinners, which every book that we've had ever from them, completely sold out. We've managed to get them in especially for the birthday, and we've got lovely Carol here to do some demonstrations as well. So it's all on pre-order on yarnlane.com. And remember, you can shop across Sewing Street and Yarn Lane. You'll still only pay 1p and P. And whether you're buying on Yarn Lane or Sewing Street, if you've not bought on Monday or Tuesday, then have you got your mug yet? Have you got your mug? Everybody who's ordering this week will get one per customer, a mug and your Sewing Street official first birthday pin badge, which is brilliant, isn't it? And on the back, there's a little cheeky treat as well, a little cheeky treat. Thank you all so much for all of your lovely messages for Debbie. We'll make sure that we pass them over to her as well, that she can read them. Don't go anywhere. We've got the Japanese knot bag, another Debbie Shaw pattern. Check out on pre-order now. If I were you, Cara's going to be back to demonstrate it right after this.
In need of a crafting fix? There are so many ways you can watch Sewing Street and Yarn Lane. Sewing Street is live from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. every day on Freeview 72 and Sky 670. Alternatively, if you want to watch us on a tablet or on the move, you can tune in on our YouTube channel, the Sewing Street app, or the websites at www.sewingstreet.com and www.yarnlane.com. You can watch past shows on Sky 670 from 1 p.m. every day, as well as our YouTube channel, the app, and our website. Yarn Lane is on from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Visit our programme guide to find out when and what's on, so you never have to spend a minute without us. We are celebrating Sewing Street's first birthday this week. Celebrate with us every day from 8 a.m. till 1 p.m. on Freeview 72, Sky 670, our website, our YouTube channel, Facebook Live, or on the Sewing Street app. Our birthday week is jam-packed with brand new projects, lots of guest designers, and amazing daily giveaways not to be missed. Make sure you're watching us live every day to be in with a chance to win one of our daily giveaways. And the fun does not stop there. We are also giving everyone who shops with us a free Sewing Street pin badge to commemorate our first birthday, as well as a Sewing Street mug. Remember to join us for all the fun celebrations from Monday, the 1st of March, right up until Sunday, the 7th of March.
Have you heard about all of the different ways you can shop with Sewing Street and Yarn Lane? You can either shop on our websites, sewingstreet.com and yarnlane.com. You can also order by phone by calling our friendly UK customer service team. For Sewing Street, call 0800 001 4433, and for Yarn Lane, call 0800 4700 600. And don't forget about the Sewing Street app. Here you can shop all of the Sewing Street products as well as watch the live shows from anywhere. You can download the app onto your smartphone or your tablet by simply searching Sewing Street in your app store. And one final thing, no matter how many times you check out on Sewing Street or Yarn Lane in one day, you will only pay one postage and packaging. Happy shopping!
Hello, my name's Fiona Hesford and I'm founder of Sew Girl. I'm based down in Worthing on the south coast of England. And I've got a range of sewing patterns which I've developed over the last few years, which are projects for loose-fitting clothing, everyday, simple garments, things that I really love to wear myself. And I'm going to be bringing you them to Sewing Street over the next few months. So I look forward to seeing you then. Bye!
We are celebrating Sewing Street's first birthday this week. Celebrate with us every day from 8 a.m. till 1 p.m. on Freeview 72, Sky 670, our website, our YouTube channel, Facebook Live, or on the Sewing Street app. Our birthday week is jam-packed with brand new projects, lots of guest designers, and amazing daily giveaways not to be missed. Make sure you're watching us live every day to be in with a chance to win one of our daily giveaways. And the fun does not stop there. We are also giving everyone who shops with us a free Sewing Street pin badge to commemorate our first birthday, as well as a Sewing Street mug. Remember to join us for all the fun celebrations from Monday, the 1st of March, right up until Sunday, the 7th of March.
Hello, welcome back, welcome back. Happy birthday, Sewing Street. I love these celebrations. Hannah was literally still speaking to me then and thought, why aren't you replying back? And it was, and she looked at me, waiting for a reply, and then I started talking on the telly and she realised, oh, we're on the telly. Hannah's still very excited about the about the napkins and the recipe for the confetti cake. So without further ado, where did you get these napkins from?
It might help if I put my microphone.
Oh yeah, you need to have your mic on to tell us where you get them from. Oh, I think it was on.
Was it on?
We're on.
Okay, that's
We've
fine.
got you.
They are from my sister who lives in America, and she always sends napkins for American Independence Day, which is my birthday, Valentine's, Easter, birthday. So we have some wonderful napkins at
Did you know
home.
they've got recipe on
I
them?
know. I haven't made it.
Oh, confetti cake on there. It's so good. Oh no,
Yeah.
we've got chocolate cakes today. We should do a Sewing Street napkin, shouldn't we? With like a quilt block or something on it.
Yeah, that'd be good.
There you go. You need to patent that. You need to trademark it, Hannah. It was your idea. Right. Yeah, the quilting napkin. So, I'm a bit concerned, can I just say, everything is selling out so quick today. Unfortunately, the pattern on its own is already sold out. Get the kits though. We've got 2 amazing kits today. So we're going to start with the Liberty one, only because there's 2 left. I'm so sorry. Obviously, it's the birthday. We have absolutely gone to town with making sure that we had plenty of stock of everything, and it's been really busy. So you're getting half a metre of Liberty, you're getting half a metre of your blush pink, and you're getting your Japanese knot bag pattern from Debbie Shaw. And as we know, we've had so many messages over the last hour, everybody saying how amazing Debbie Shaw bags are, the patterns are brilliant to follow. She said this is one that took her a while to figure out how to do and how to write the pattern. It's sold out, but how to write the pattern in the most simplistic way that you will be able to understand. And she says, I found a really great way of doing it. So it's the handles that look complicated, don't they? But we'll go through them with Cara. We've got one other bundle, which is the one that you saw the bag made out of. It is, again, just like the other one, completely reversible as well. $23.99, half a metre of each. Now, I'm pleased that we did have a few more of these to start with. So there are about 20 available. 20 is nothing, is it? But when we've got 2 of the other one, this feels like a grand total of 20, doesn't it? $23.99, you're getting all of your fabric. I'm thinking, and there's a lot of instructions in here. This is a nice hefty instruction manual. So if you go through your instructions, you need half a metre of each of your fabrics. Even if you've got your heart set on using certain fabrics in your stash, then they're your templates, by the way, as well. But keep these for other projects if you really want to use different fabrics for this bag. There's lots of Liberties on the website. If you missed out on the Liberty, there's lots of William Morris. There's some beautiful fabrics that we've launched recently, so absolutely make the most of it. But the only way of getting the instruction is in this bundle right now. The stripe fabric we have got available individually. The Liberty we've also got on its own. So this one on its own is Michael Miller. It's absolutely lovely. I love the sort of watercolours that you're seeing. £7, 49.5 metre. It's Victoria's Garden Michael Miller. And then also the Liberty. That Michael Miller on its own is completely gone. The only way of getting the instructions, the only way of getting the Michael Miller, this one is in the bundle. That's the only way of getting that one. The Liberty fabric, this one, we have got. So could you put your own bundle together, essentially? If you've got this, you'll have these fabrics to use for something else, or if you've got the pattern on its own earlier. A blush pink, oh, it's about to sell out. It's about to sell out. I wouldn't get too excited about putting your own bundles together, but during the show or after the show, if you go onto our web shop and you go onto fabrics, these are all 100% cotton quilting weight fabrics. There are hundreds of fabrics to choose from. So definitely make the most of it. It's a brilliant bag though, isn't it, Cara? I love it.
Really, really nice and really simple.
It looks very complex, doesn't it?
Debbie's done a fab job with the instructions and everything. I'm so glad because, you know, I would have struggled to sort of work it out, but it is so good.
No, it's really cool.
I actually, on the instructions and on the picture on the front of the pattern, you've actually got the alternate. So you would have the patterned fabric on the bottom and then the striped fabric on the top.
Right.
But I decided I'd actually put them that way round because I thought I'd actually get more use out of it, and I wanted to see how it worked with the two. And if you do turn it through, if you want to turn it through to show the stripes on the handles are one direction and on the bag are at the other direction. So if you turned it all the way through, you'd be able to see the stripes and everything.
I'll do it. Now, hold fire on the instructions, by the way, on the worry of getting the instructions, because we've got the management on the phone doing everything in their power whilst Debbie's here. Debbie's here, so we're doing everything that we can sort of negotiate to see if we can get any more. We're hoping to get another 150 of them. So as soon as they go live on the website, I will tell you straight away. Don't worry. Yeah, so if this is fully reversible, isn't it? So I'll show you.
And I just thought that is so versatile because you've got, it just looks so good, doesn't it? So you've got the horizontal stripes for the base of the bag and then the vertical stripes for the top. So, you know, it's just nice to play around with.
Oh, amazing. Love it, love it, love it. Right, where do we start? Because we want to make sure that we're getting as much demo as possible.
Yeah. So you start by reading the instructions, get a nice cup of coffee, cup of tea, sit down, have a good old read of the instructions, and then there are very clear pattern pieces included in here. And because the pattern pieces are actually on the back of some of the instructions, don't cut out those instructions.
Trace them off.
Yeah, trace them off. That's the best way to do it. I had A4 tracing paper. So any A4 paper, you can trace them off and then you'll keep them all together anyway. But the pattern pieces are there. The other thing that I would advise is that when you actually cut them out, because the shapes are slightly different, write on them what they are, because what you don't want to do is actually flip it like that and you'll have the wrong width of the actual horizontal bit here. So write on them what they are and trace them off, and then you've got your pattern and you can keep this all together.
Yeah. What do you use to trace? What's that?
That's just the crayon again. I just use the crayon.
But is that freezer paper or?
This is tracing paper.
Tracing paper.
So yeah. So this was just a pad of tracing paper that I've got at home.
Willow's asked how much fabric you need again. Half a metre of each.
Yeah.
Half a metre of each, so 2 half metres. Brilliant.
So then what you'll do, I haven't got spare fabric over here, but you'll actually take your fabric and put them right sides together. So if you have 2 patterned fabrics, put the 2 patterned fabrics right sides together, and you'll have your half metre and you'll cut. So you'll lay on it the pattern pieces and you'll cut it out from the width of the fabric. So, you know, you'll be cutting that out, right sides together, and whatever fabric you've got left, that can be your base of your bag.
Right.
Which is fab. So it's a really nice sized bag. You know, there's a lot of room in there.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that the top is sort of smaller. So, you know, you're not going to drop things out or anything like that. And I love the idea of I've not seen a knot bag before, so I hadn't heard. No, it's just really, really nice. So I think once you've made one, you'll want to make lots. And because it is just half metres, that's really good. So the first thing you'll do is you'll actually do some gathering stitches along the short edge of each of the pieces of fabric. And for those who've never done gathering stitches before, I thought I'll just sort of talk through that.
So it's different to the pleats that we were doing with Debbie.
Yes, yes. So this is gathering. If you wanted to, you could pleat it.
Okay.
But I like the gathering. I think the
Yeah.
gathering sort of gives a nice sort of lovely feel to the bag. So what you'll do on your machine is you'll have the length of your stitch, and you'll actually put it up. The one I've got at home goes up to a 5. This one goes up to a 5, and that's really good for gathering. So you'll do 2 parallel lines of gathering stitches.
And when you say of gathering stitches?
It's this long stitch.
Long stitch.
It's a long stitch that I'll show you how to gather it up. So it's a long stitch that you're going to, and you'll do 2 parallel lines within the seam allowance. But don't worry too much. What I'd suggest you do for your gathering stitch, use a different colour. Although I've got pink here, it's quite a bright pink, because what you can do is once you've done your gathering and once you've done your stitching, if any of the gathering stitching shows, you'll be able to see it really easily and be able to take it out really easily.
But they generally will stay in if they're in your seam allowance?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. But just in case. So I've actually got, I've got brown thread from the previous hour.
So do you do that on both sides?
So you do it on the short ends of the actual fabric and on both sides. I'll talk about interfacing as well in a moment. I'll just pop this through. Also, if you've got automatic cutting, don't. Because you want long lengths of thread at the end. So I'm just going to whiz along here, and because it's a nice long stitch length, it goes through the fabric really, really quickly.
Alison Marianne, I've just seen your message. Morning, Vits. Can you give a shout out to Mrs. Gunning? Her husband has just stitched me up at Stoke Hospital. What's going on now, Alison? What's going on? Oh, Paul read that as in a joke, like pranked you. So he didn't let me know this messenger's here, like stitched me up. When I told him I'd be checking his stitching after the dressing came off, he said his wife watches a sewing programme called Sewing Street.
Oh my gosh.
No way! No
Small
way!
world.
Hello, good morning. Alison, more importantly, what have you done? What have you done? Will you let me know you're okay? We literally saw you 2 days ago and you didn't need stitching up then.
Oh goodness.
Oh dear.
Hope it's not a rotary cutter.
Oh. Right, at this point you don't cut your thread,
No,
do you?
you don't cut your thread. You want nice long threads. And the only thing is the threads at the beginning, because I'd actually not pulled the threads out, they're quite short at the beginning. So you want to just make sure that when you start pulling them, you maybe start pulling them from the short end. So you'll do your gathering stitch. Actually, before you do your gathering stitch, you will add some interfacing. You don't have to have interfacing,
Okay.
but the H640 gives the bag a lot of body, which is really nice. I like a bag that, you know, isn't
nice
going
and
to
squidgy.
collapse when it's empty. It's not going to collapse. It gives it a nice body.
We're talking about the fusible fleece
Yes.
with Debbie actually, and this is one that she will often recommend for her bags. Because it doesn't give you structure like a foam,
No.
but it still makes it nice and plush.
It does,
doesn't
it really does. And what you'll do is, for that one, because I actually had the same fabric on the outside and the same fabric on the inside, for this one, I'm going to actually have a different fabric on the top
Okay.
and to the fabric on the bottom.
Okay.
So you actually fuse the interfacing onto the same fabrics, because when you assemble it, you don't want to assemble it with fleeced fabric. Fleeced fabric?
Yeah.
Fleeced fabric
Yeah.
to fleeced fabric.
Ah,
you
I'm
want
with
to
you.
do it to actually just non-fleeced fabric. So if you actually do the interfacing on the same fabric, so that's for the base and for the top of the bag, it means that you can actually then have a different fabric at the top and a different fabric at the bottom.
Right.
So, you know, there's just lots of different ways of doing it just to make it easier. So that's when you're using the H640 fusible interfacing. You've cut your pieces out. What we're going to do now is just sew across the top of the actual handles, and they are different lengths, obviously, and you've got the same here. So we're going to just do this. I'm going to clear stitch length, make sure that they're nice, and it's 1/4 inch, just check, pretty sure it's 1/4 inch seam allowance. Yes. So just 1/4 inch. And this one you can actually, where's my pin cushion? You can actually do the automatic cutting as well, so.
Hi Barbara, by the way. Sorry I haven't said hello sooner.
It's been a busy morning.
It's been a very busy morning. Very busy morning. Alison Marion has had a heart monitor implant fix.
Oh gosh.
I hope you're okay. I hope you are okay and looking after yourself. She's so busy all the
I
time.
know.
If she's not sewing massive quilts. That quilt pattern, by the way, that you saw on Monday, it was beautiful, Alison. I absolutely loved it. I asked Tanner actually if there were any left. I think there were literally a handful of them left on the website. It was so beautiful. We got some great quilt kits. That Cafe one that's behind Cara, that's up on Saturday. It looks incredible, doesn't it?
Wonderful, isn't it? Absolutely wonderful. So colourful. I think that's what's lovely. We've been missing a bit of colour in our lives, haven't we? So it's just so nice to see something that's really colourful. So all I'm doing is I'm just machining these together. Then I'm going to get the iron out and just press those seams open. So I better move that out of the way. Get the ironing board. Okay, so you would normally at home have a thread that tones. I've said, you know, about having a bright thread for doing your gathering, but when you're doing your normal stitching, I would have a thread that was toning to the actual fabric.
Do you like orifils? Do you like cotton threads?
Yes, absolutely love them.
We've got the Orifil collection. The Necessity is back in stock, especially for the birthday, by the way. Just wanted to quickly mention, if you hadn't spotted it on the web, look at what is back. The Necessities collection, these ones are closed. I don't really want to open them because they... you've got some open ones in your new fancy trolleys. I wish I could show you behind the scenes, because I'm not going to lie to you, it's organised chaos here, but now it's not. In fact, I can't say any more because Kat's here tomorrow and I'm excited for her to have a nice surprise when she comes back. Hannah's getting me some open ones, but they are your 50 weight, so you can use these in virtually all of your sewing, can't you? 50
my
weight
gosh,
threads?
yes. I go through so many threads. What were the colours?
Well, these are black, grey, white and ivory.
Oh, good job that didn't
Did you
hit
literally just see that?
I think everybody's had too many cakes today.
What have you put in these cakes, Cara? I have no idea what Cara's put in these cakes, but Hannah has been quite athletic today. She sprinted into the gallery earlier. We've now seen her do the shot put.
That was scary.
That was scary. I need to watch that back on the YouTube. $35.99. Right. What I was going to say is these are beautiful Italian, stunning quality cotton threads. 100% cotton. 1,300 meters on each spool. Which initially I always thought Orifils was quite an investment, but actually, if you break down your price per meter,
I know.
It's really, really
I
good
know.
value.
I know.
Right, sorry, where are you, Cara?
Right, okay, so I've done the seams. So you have this lovely shape and you think, how is that going to make the knot bag handles? So I've done my seams there. What you're going to do now is you're actually going to place these ones together. Just pop a pin in and machine those. And I think this is where Debbie I was talking to her about it just now. And she said she spent ages trying to work out the best way to assemble the straps so that it wasn't sort of really complicated, and this was the way that she came up with, which is really, really good.
Julie said the Japanese fabrics that you sell would be perfect for this.
Oh,
in the
wouldn't they?
navy and earthy stripes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I know which ones you mean. They're sort of textured, aren't they? They're
Oh gosh,
really
yes,
beautiful.
yes. Oh, any of the Japanese, you've got some beautiful ones with different designs on. Would look stunning, absolutely stunning. And what is nice is you can put it with a plain fabric, you know, which is really good. So I've just, machined there, and I've just pressed that open. Going to do the same with the pink part. Just want to make sure with the plain fabric that you have it right sides together. So I'm just going to do it like that. So it's that part that we put together, and again the 1/4 inch, and then we'll press that open.
I suppose it looks very complex, but Debbie's sort of done the hard work for you with these templates.
Definitely, and also with her photographs and the instructions as
Okay.
well is perfect.
Have we heard any more about the instructions? No. We will be able to get some though. We have heard that we can get some, it's just a matter of when they're booked in. Fingers crossed we'll be able to get them before the end of this hour, so keep your eyes peeled for those, I'll let you know. Sue's messaged in, happy birthday Sewing Street.
Aww.
I try and watch you every day when I'm not working. Off to hospital tomorrow for a small procedure. Oh, best of luck, hope everything goes well. So be watching on catch up. That's it. Don't forget, you can watch us on catch up as well. If anybody's watching us through the live show, send in your messages. But if you are watching on catch up, or if you want to make this bag and you've bought the kits today, jot down today's date so you can watch Cara's tips back on YouTube as well.
Okay, so now we want to, oh, I've dropped it on the floor. Take one of the ends, and this is where you've got the different colours. So you've got the pink for the top and the patterned for the bottom, and you've got your gathered edge. And the gathering, what I suggest you do, people will do it slightly differently, but you have 2 lines of gathering, because sometimes the thread might break. Orifil won't break.
No.
But if
nice
you
and
haven't
strong.
got a really strong thread, you know, something might break. So you have the 2 lines there, and I knot either the bottom of the stitching, the gathering threads, or the top, but you just gather one of them, and then you'll leave the rest with the long lengths, and you'll have the long lengths on both sides. And then what you'll do is very, very carefully, might take a little while to start pulling through. If it doesn't pull through, go to the other end.
Is
And
this
then
why
you'll
you
start-
do 2 rows, just in case one breaks? Or-
Yes, yeah, it is. It
I always
is.
wonder why we
And
do 2 rows of gathering stitches.
it makes it more even as well. It just makes the gathering line flatter. So I'm just going to gather that up and just move the gathers along. And to start with, all we're going to do is make sure that the gathered piece of fabric matches that edge there.
How do you get them even, Cara?
So what you'll do after that is you'll start sort of moving them around and evening them out.
So they need to
across.
fit into a certain
Yes,
size?
so they need to fit into this size here.
Okay.
Just see if I can get this end started.
Pat, what are you doing? Just go for it. She says, hello Vic and everybody. She says, I bought the Cafe Facet quilt bundle from Sewing Quarter. This one doesn't go live here until, it's the first one that we've ever done at Sewing Street. So that was way over a year ago, Pat. And she says, I still haven't got the heart to cut into it yet. She says it's absolutely gorgeous. This is why we're so excited, Pat, about Saturday. I'm not here, but I did say, can I please just have one day of indulging with this quilt, because I'm not going to have a look in at this. If I were you, I would be on pre-order at 7:30 in the morning. Hannah, no pressure, but you've got to get it on early, 7:30, to be able to make it fair for everyone, because it's just amazing, isn't it, Pat? But Pat, if you've got a cave bundle of fabric, go for it. I think we all often get scared about
cutting into something.
Yeah.
I know, and especially when you see the fabrics sort of layered and you see them all together, and they just look gorgeous, don't they? Absolutely gorgeous. So I've gathered that so that it fits that end, and we're going to do that with all 4 sides. And I've just tied a knot there. Now you'll notice that the gathers aren't evenly spaced. What you can do is you can mark halfway on the top of the bag piece and halfway along the edge that's got the gathering, and that might help when you're evening up the gathers. I'm going to get some clips, except they're not there. We've got clips. Oh, I don't want to touch anything.
I think they'll be behind the quilt. Or in fact, we've got our floor assistant who's just dropped some on the corner of the desk for you.
Perfect. Excuse me.
How efficient.
Just wander around.
That was from the pins and clips section of our new storage area.
So I'm just evening up the gathers. And it doesn't have to be exact. It just has to be so that you're happy that they're evenly spaced. And then we'll just clip that. I'm going to do all the gathering first and then do all the stitching to make sure that I've got it in the right position.
Bernadette has just sent you the loveliest message ever. Do you want me to read it to you?
Oh,
Hi Cara, you
Hi.
are amazing and I'm
Oh.
very grateful to you. You explain every technique you do, making it easier for me and others to see and hear how you make things.
Oh, Bernadette, thank you. I've got all goosebumps.
She's also said, I love your name. It was the name I chose for my baby girl, named after you. But I had, but I had a boy, so I called it Christopher instead. Cara, you do so much for different crafts. You are a multi-superwoman.
Oh.
Multi-superwoman. Very grateful to you. Love, Bernadette.
You've made my day. Thank you.
message.
Oh, that is so nice. I'll pay you later. Oh, that is so nice. Well, I hope it does help. I really do, because I absolutely love stitching. And if I can get anybody started for the first time and they get as much enjoyment. I've been stitching for a long, long, long time. And I was very grateful. My mum sort of was, you know, she used to make all the clothes for my sister and I. And the enjoyment and the pleasure, I just go to my happy place. And I think most of us do, don't we, when we're stitching. So I'm absolutely delighted. If I can inspire somebody to have a go, then I've done my job.
Does your daughter like sewing?
No. No, not yet. One day she might. She started to get into cooking, which she wasn't into cooking, but she started getting into cooking. But no, not yet. Well, when you've got a mum that can do all the sewing.
Yeah, that's it. She's too spoilt.
One day. So I'm gathering from both ends on this one. And again, you're going to do right sides to right sides. And just gather it up roughly to start with until you know that you've got the right amount of fabric. And it is so simple, this bag. It really is. Once you've done these bits, in fact, do you know what? I've missed it because I've been chatting.
What
I've
have we
missed a
missed?
section. I need to actually join them together. That would have been really good, wouldn't it? So now I need to, before we do I've shown you how to do the gathering, so if we run out of time, at least you've seen that
We've
bit.
still got 15 minutes. We're all
There you
good.
go. Oh, isn't that funny?
Sorry,
I was
you got all
chatting.
flustered with Bernadette's message.
I did, definitely. So we actually, right sides together, you put the handles together and you're going to machine all the way around. All of this is included in Debbie's instructions, which are fantastic. So I actually went along there and jumped to there before I'd done that bit. So right sides together, matching that. And then what you're going to do is machine. And you're actually not going to machine down the sides here or across the bottom. You're going to be doing the curved edge and up, and then the curved part of the bag there. That would have been so awful, wouldn't it, if I got to the stage, I've attached everything, all my gathers are nice and even, and then I realised that I've missed this bit out.
Do you like using the clips, Cara?
I do. I love using the clips, especially when you've got this fusible fleece.
Yeah.
Because the fabric and the fleece together is quite, not bulky, but if you've got short pins, they don't always go through. So.
I think it was from the pins and clips section, Hannah. You need to get a label maker.
Or hand stitched on one of the machines.
Oh, wow.
That would be good.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do it.
Right, so I've clipped the handle together and I'm going to machine all the way round and up there.
Again with 1/4 inch.
Yes, again with 1/4 inch, and leave the side bits and across the bottom. And then this was where you're going to be turning it all the way through, and that's fun. Hopefully we'll get to that stage.
James has said, apart from the pattern, the fabric and the H640, is there anything else I need to buy for this bag?
No.
That's so good, isn't it? It doesn't have any fastenings, don't need to worry about any hardware.
No.
And it's still really nice and secure because of the way that the handle works. So you don't need any fastenings. Whereas with the tote bag in the last hour, we were saying you could add a button or you could add a pocket, you could add this. But actually, with this, it's really secure. Julia said, hi Vicky and Cara, loving the show. I'll be celebrating my birthday this weekend on Saturday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Well, I think that calls for more cake for Julia. We need to have a cake for Julia now, Paul. Happy birthday to all at Sewing Street, she said. Thank you.
Thank you. Could have a go at the confetti cake on the napkins. So I'm just machining down the sides there.
I'm sorry, the baby shower competition has actually closed now, so anybody sending in the way of the baby, I think it's changed a bit after today's show, so it wouldn't be fair because I've eaten a lot of cake since then. We've had my lovely baby shower cakes, we've had the birthday cake from Alice Marion, we've now got cakes from Cara. Too much cake.
I thought I couldn't come empty-handed.
Oh.
Right, so I've machined down one side. I'm going to machine all the way around there and also there. So, let's move that iron. So there's quite a lot of machining, but I'm hoping that we'll get to the stage of attaching the bottom with the gathers. The gathering measurements that I've already started on are correct. It was just I hadn't attached the straps together.
Do you feel a walking foot helps?
It does when you're actually going through quite a few layers of the H640, but if you haven't got one, it's fine, absolutely fine.
Have you heard from Hayley yet? Sorry, I'm literally like the one off Shrek. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Have you got the instructions yet? Have you got the instructions yet? No, we're still waiting on Hayley.
Might be that Debbie's on her way back and, you know, in the car and not necessarily being able to answer the phone. Oops. Right, last bit of machining here, and then we'll turn it through. For turning it through, the easiest thing is either a knitting needle, or I've got my handy chopstick. which I use quite often when I'm doing toy making. So
I don't know if it would be good for this, but we did have the prim turning tool that came back into stock this week as well. But there's lots of, well, in our new storage section, there is a whole section of pointy turny tools. I do not remember the purple thing. How do you guys remember it? Purple thing.
that's it. That's for turning, is it?
Have you heard of it, Cara?
I've heard of it, but I couldn't remember it.
No, I couldn't remember it. We were talking about it, weren't we, last time you were here?
Yes, but it is actually for turning.
It is for turning.
Yeah.
I don't need to see it, Hannah. Oh, she's not. What you? Oh, she's doing a labelling. She's very excited about her new area.
She's going to be so organised.
Have you ever met Alison Marion before, Cara?
Don't think so. No.
She's just said, Cara, when this awful pandemic is behind us, we must all get together
Yes.
and have an actual meet-up.
Yes, that would be
It's
lovely.
so weird, isn't it? Because I just presume that everybody sort of has met each other loads of times.
No,
but
it's funny.
no.
You know, it's like it was lovely seeing Debbie today, especially as I was doing one of her bags. But I've only ever met her once before.
Have you?
I know, it's really strange. Really,
Well, that's
really
it. When
strange.
I feel like I know Debbie really, really well. And
Yes.
then she just literally just said, we've not seen each other since the first day of Sewing Street.
No.
I think the last time we were on air together was
Yes.
then potentially.
Yes.
But yeah, that's crazy.
It is, it is, it is. So it's wonderful seeing the changes over the last year. What's been your best sort of bit of the change? Was it coming to the new studio?
I loved coming to the new
Yes.
studio. That was really exciting because I think we all got really used to just sort of camping in our
know.
sister channel's home. We were like those annoying siblings that just were supposed to stay for a few weeks and we ended up being there for a long time. We did have some really lovely moments there, and it was, but also as soon as we came here, it was like, oh, we're home. We've got our home. It's
Yes.
so lovely.
Yeah.
But also, I think, I don't know, maybe Neil's magic trick.
Oh my gosh, yes, that was good.
The day I found out John Scott was coming back, because he was never coming back because it's a new show, but I was so happy, so happy to see John.
It was just such a wonderful, creative way of announcing it, I thought.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Yeah, really, really good. So now I'm just trimming the curves.
Ah, using your pinking shears.
Yes.
If you haven't got pinking shears, can you just do little snips?
Yes, just do little snips around the curves. It just helps that lie nice and flat. So we just do it on all the curved edges. I'm so pleased that I've got a sharp pair of pinking shears. I had about 4 pairs and none of them, and I tried, you know, cutting them through foil and different things to try and get them sharp again, but it's just so nice having. We've got pinking shears, have we, on the website?
They were yesterday's early bird, but
Yes.
so I don't know whether if they're available. I think there are still some available actually. Oh, it might even be early bird. If you type in early bird onto the website, you never know, you might get some sneaky deals. I didn't say that, but it's worth having a look. We'll keep it on the down low. Sue, well, I've never seen it. She says, I'm still waiting for you to get the purple thing back. I don't even know what a purple thing was. I thought it was a crochet hook when I first saw it from a distance.
It does look like a crochet hook.
She says, I love it. It's a great tool. We'll get some in. We've literally got a few minutes.
Oh gosh, I don't know how Debbie managed to nearly complete a bag in a show. I really don't, because she did it from actually cutting it out to you know, assembling it. I think it was just where I got to now.
Ah, so it has
I
been on
know.
before. Is there
Yeah.
a date, Hannah, do you know, when we've demonstrated the whole of the bag? We'll find out on YouTube. She's cursing me now. I thought she'd gone. I was like, Hannah? No. Or if anybody else knows, because I know how It was first demonstrated on the 6th. Right. The 6th of the 12th. It was demoed by Debbie Shaw, so I think
Yes.
that was the one that you were talking about.
Yes, yeah. So what we're doing is just turning this all the way through, and then you do your gathers, and you do your gathers right sides together and opposite. So if you want to have it so the top of the bag is different to the bottom, it will be the pattern fabric against the plain if you're doing it patterned and plain. So it's just right sides together, and then you'll actually just stitch down the sides. But as I say, all the instructions and very, very clear photographs are included. So we're just coming through here. So that's that bit. Just talk amongst yourselves while I do this.
We haven't even got anything to talk about because it's all gone.
Is
Everything's
it all
sold
gone?
out.
Oh my gosh.
We're working on getting the pattern back, by the way, so hopefully we will have an update for you in the next couple of minutes, because this, I know how many people are waiting for it. Paul's telling me we've got 5 minutes left on the hour. Hopefully we'll hear something in the next minute or two. Just so you know, anybody who's shopping today, anyone who's bought today, you're automatically entered into our daily prize draw to win Liberty Fat Quarters. Loads of Liberty Fat Quarters. Thank you ever so much to EQS, who have kindly gifted us, gifted these for our amazing prize draw. So we're doing a daily prize draw every day. Oh, who messaged in? Sorry, you didn't win. It was Vanessa that won yesterday. So I messaged in saying, did I win yesterday? Did I win? We did announce it earlier on. It was Vanessa that was the winner of all of the Rose and Hubble fabrics. But if you bought something today, it doesn't matter if you've already got involved in another day. Everyone again today, it's set as clear again. So everyone who's bought today is entered into tomorrow's prize draw. A lady's messaged in saying, the Japanese knot bag. Oh, okay. Yes, it is out of stock at the moment, but we will get more stock of these. We understand other channels stop the demo after it's sold out. But I promise we're not doing this to torture and annoy you. We just want to show it because we know there's hundreds of you that have bought the kit. So we feel that even though it's sold out, it's still important for us to carry on with the demo. It's not beneficial for us at all, but we still, of course, want to show the demo. So promise we're not trying to rub it in. Sorry, I know. Do you know what? Other channels that stop, I actually think this is a really positive thing about Sewing Street, is that regardless of if it's sold out, we're not going to cut Cara off and say, sorry, we're moving on because it's sold out. Of course, we're going to still do the whole hour demo.
Right, I have really, this is what you don't do on live telly.
Oh.
You know the bit where I joined the pieces together? Okay. I'll show you on here. I should have actually left that until I'd done the turning through. So I'm really sorry. I don't know why. I think I'm going to have to concentrate.
We'll blame the cake.
Yeah, I'm really sorry. So what you'll do is you'll do your joining the small bits, then you'll put the two together.
Okay.
Then you'll machine all the way round, and then you'll join those two sides together. I leapt right ahead, and I'm really sorry about that.
Oh, don't be silly. It's all in the instructions.
It is all in the instructions, and if I'd had the instructions there, I would have been okay. But
we will get more instructions in, don't worry. We just aren't quite sure exactly when, but thank you ever so much.
That's
Thank
okay.
you, thank
So
you.
sorry about that. And I won't see you again until you're not one person, you'll be two.
Oh no, that's so strange.
It's so
strange.
weird.
Paul saying, hang on, is that how it works? I will be two people.
No.
Thank you so much.
Oh, that's
and
okay.
Thank you for
and
your
I'm really
lovely
sorry,
gift.
everybody. That was a real, one of those ones that will go down to experience.
No, it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. We've got a message from Hannah. Okay, this is from management. The patterns are in process of being able to be uploaded onto the system. As soon as they are available, we'll put them onto the system. So if you're watching on the replay, check underneath. If you want to phone up later on in the day, you'll be able to get them. You've already paid your P&P. Or if you want to have a look on the web later on, then they will be there at some point this afternoon. So I'm ever so sorry that it's been so slow. I think each part of the system involves quite a few people. So sorry that we haven't managed to get it into the live show, but you can still buy those this afternoon. There will be another 150 of them available today. So if you've already opened your order, you can still make the most of those. Thank you ever so much, Cara. Thank you. So we are going to Yarn Lane tomorrow on Sewing Street. I'm back and I've got a jam-packed show. I'm not on my own at all tomorrow. We've got Susie Duncan at 8 o'clock for the Glitter Night Star Quilt. It's beautiful. 8 o'clock. At 9 o'clock, Fiona Hesford is back. She's the founder of Sew Girl and she's got an exclusive skirt for us. The Martha skirt is launched and she's doing it exclusively to us for our birthday at 9 o'clock. 10 o'clock, Robin Ruth Quilt Rulers. First time we've seen them on Sewing Street with Susie Duncan. 11 o'clock, we've got the Sew Girl Elsie Trouser and Chelsea Hat with the amazing Fiona Hesford. And then 12 o'clock, Jane Brogan will be here talking all things sewing machine, so get your questions in. It's going to be another jam-packed day. Now, don't forget, now is your chance. If you're watching on the telly, stay where you are. If you're watching online, on Facebook or on our website, switch over to yarnlane.com or Yarn Lane TV on Facebook and YouTube, and you can continue to watch the show for another hour. Don't go anywhere because I will be joined by Carol with Yarn Lane and some of our favourite West Yorkshire spinner patterns back right after this.